Hey Arizona, just because weed is legal now doesn't mean your criminal record is clear. You need to visit azexpunge.org today. The Reclaim Your Future campaign can expunge your record for free. Go to azexpunge.org now. Hey Arizona, just because weed is legal now doesn't mean your criminal record is clear. You need to visit azexpunge.org today. The Reclaim Your Future campaign can expunge your record for free. Go to azexpunge.org now. Hey Arizona, just because weed is legal now doesn't mean your criminal record is clear. You need to visit azexpunge.org today. The Reclaim Your Future campaign can expunge your record for free. Go to azexpunge.org now.
Disclaimer. This video, like all videos featured on this channel, is definitely intended for mature audiences. This video is likely to contain profane language. Content is inappropriate for minors. Video is not for kids.
Welcome to the Dr. Greenthumb Show. Lord of mercy.
Help! Some people need it. I do. It's the Dr. Greenthumb Show live on Twitch, Discord, YouTube, and the home site www.brealtvcontest. Our special guest in the house today, my man, Concrete.
What?
Up in here.
Let's go. Let's go.
It's been a minute since we've seen each other.
Yeah, man. It's been a minute, man. Last time we were, I think I came here with Bash. We did a little skit.
Yeah, we did a little sketch.
Got a little faded.
Yeah.
It was good, man.
That was a good sketch.
Hell yeah.
We also have the legendary Psycho Leezy in the building.
Salute. Happy martes.
Word up. We have the Treehouse crew, Bolton Blambo and Bra, the Dominator.
Yo, what up, B? We're doing good up here.
Word up. I'm just bigging it. You know what I'm saying?
Being bull today.
That's right. We got the third baseman in the house.
That's right. Playing the hot corner.
Playing the hot corner. Trace Nunes.
Yes, sir. No
Word
need.
up. And we got the Brosha himself, Sendog. Everybody was crying for the last 3 goddamn weeks. Where's Sendog? Where's Send? Okay, Send's here.
Back in effect all the way from the beautiful city of Southgate, California.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Sendog in the house. Man, since you were here last, like, your hair grew out
Yeah.
from when we did that first sketch. In case y'all don't know, we did a sketch in the smoke box, Concrete, Baby Bash, and myself. And back then, your hair was short, right?
Yeah.
It was shorter.
Yep.
And now
Pandemic skit. We did a little pandemic skit.
Pandemic gave you the Samson hair, huh?
Yeah. There was no barbershops. Huh? There was nothing going on.
Nothing was open,
Nothing
huh?
was open.
I mean, is that officially like a mullet? Would you call it a mullet? Like, you know, business in the front, party in the back? Is that what's going
It's
on?
party in the front and in the back,
Ah.
big dog. Shit.
It's party.
It's party all over, big dog. It doesn't change, dog. You know? Hell yeah, dog. You know, just I just let this shit grow, and I was like, fuck it, man. It's just, you know, it's working, and I was like, man, let's just keep this shit going, you know.
And in that time, you were building up.
Yeah, dude, I was still building at that time, man.
Yeah,
man, I was still building. I was still working, and then pandemic hit, and it was like I doubled down on everything. I just started creating and just kept creating content and sketches and sketches and sketches, and then it just kind of
growing the hair made you stronger, dog.
Oh hell yeah, dog.
So you associate with it with that growth, right? Like the
yeah.
length of the hair, along with the growth of how you crafted your shit up to this.
Oh hell yeah, man. It's been a long road and shit. You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of like if I cut it now, like I feel like naked. You know?
You feel like you lose strength a little bit.
Oh hell yeah. Oh no, dog, hair has power, dog.
Yeah, it does.
It has power.
I'll tell you, when I had we were talking about it off air, but when I had my hair really long for the first time I cut it, I don't know why I cut it, but I felt like, okay, I need to flip it again, right? And cut it, and the first time I seen, the first buzz on the floor, bro, I was like, oh my God, what did I do? I embraced it after that because the next morning when I woke up, I didn't have to deal with the crazy.
But why'd you cut it? Just cause you going through summer?
What was happening was, Sen and I would jump out in the crowds and do like the stage dives and shit like that. People most often thought I was wearing a wig.
They try to pull your hair.
Yeah, so they're pulling my. So I figured if I was gonna keep on jumping, let me cut it.
Yeah.
And so I cut it, and I think the first big gig we did after I cut it was Woodstock. So that was the first time people had seen me having short hair again, from way back.
Woodstock 99, that shit was wild.
94.
94?
Yeah, we were on 94. Or is it 93, Sen?
4.
4, yeah.
94?
Yeah, that was crazy. But yeah, I mean, I like, it was an emotional moment for me when I cut it, So I would imagine, man, you ain't nowhere near cutting.
Nah, I'm nowhere near. I mean, dude, there's times where I wake up and I'm like, fuck this shit, like I'm tired of it.
Do you have a trusted barber? Like someone that you trust and not like to fuck your shit up.
Me?
You?
Yeah, I cut my own shit.
Oh, you cut your own shit?
Yeah, I just take a little one clip and that's it. Nothing crazy.
I hear you.
Nothing crazy. No, I'm not gonna go. I mean nothing against putting the price and shit, but I ain't paying no $60 off for a buzz cut. I'm good. Like
yeah, that's crazy.
I'll just do it myself, dog. Fuck
yeah, for a buzz cut, you don't need a barber.
Nah, just fuck that.
See, that was the thing for me. There was no other hairstyle I could rock if I cut my hair. I mean, it grows one way.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So like I had to just fully commit to like cutting it all off.
Yeah.
But,
like yeah.
Yeah.
You made a point about during COVID, and that was kind of like an opportunity for you to write and, you said double down on your game. Are you kind of one of those artists that kind of looked at like, okay, COVID was an awful thing, blah, 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 but at the same time, you kind of turned a negative into a positive with something like that?
I mean, it was more fucking, it was like self-inflicted because it was like, here I am. At the time I was living with Bash, you know what I'm saying? Like me and Bash were co-leasing the house. Mm-hmm. And as soon as COVID hit, the owner was like, yo, I'm going to sell the house. He panicked. He sold the house. Bash went to Houston. I stayed back. And it was kind of like I had nowhere to go because it was so fast and nobody was renting shit. So, I had to go back with my kids and, go back to my mother-in-law's house. So I kind of went through like a little, as a man, as a husband, you're kind of like, man, here I go back again, like back to my mother-in-law's house. And it was kind of like a fucked up time for me, you know what I'm saying? I remember even like picking a fight with my mother-in-law on some dumb shit and just kind of going through it for a few days until I was like, you know what, dude, I started seeing the news, people dying and, friends were losing family members and shit. And at the time I was doing my comedy was picking up and I was trying to get like little endorsement deals and shit like that. It wasn't nothing that, was life-changing, but it was kind of more or less, keeping the, the dream alive type of shit.
Sure.
And then that all stopped like that. I'm just like everybody else's fucking life stopped just like that. And it kind of took me for a little loop, dog. And it was either I was gonna double down, keep making content, and it became more like people started DMing me like, "Hey man, why don't you drop some skits, man? This is the perfect time. We need the laughter." And I was like, you know what? Like, I need this shit too. So it was more self-therapeutic. And then as soon as people started hitting me that they needed it, that's when I doubled down. And I was doing 3 skits a day, 4 skits a day, just writing, and just trying to put content out as much as I could. And for me, that was the breakthrough. That was like what actually got me to where I am now, as far as the notoriety and people starting to really fuck with me. And
if you didn't have those negatives put in front of you like that, do you think that I'll use the term, do you think that it would have happened the way that it happened if you weren't pushed, if you weren't like forced to?
If I wasn't boxed into a corner, nah, for sure. I mean, the first negative was in 2018. I shot music videos for 12 years. I started shooting music videos in 2008 when like
For yourself or other artists?
No, for other artists. You know what I'm saying? So I shot for Bash. I shot for I'm just a bunch of different artists. I used to shoot for Rock Nation and Tidal, so I traveled the world doing that for a while. And in 2018, I was shooting a music video for Sagan out here in LA, and we were shooting right there off of I think it was like Fairfax, right by like where the Miracle Mile was at, all the lights and shit. And it was the last shot of the day. And we parked the car or the truck at the time, and then I just grabbed my camera, one lens, and we left everything there. Lights, lenses, batteries, laptops, all kinds of shit. Man, we left everything. 10 minutes, we get back, it was all fucking gone.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
Damn.
It was all gone, dog.
Done deal.
I'm talking all gone. Like, everything was gone, dog. Like, they didn't even leave the fucking spare change in the cup holder, dog. Like,
all that shit. As a principal, you go take your change.
Oh, they took everything, dog. They took everything. The fucking air freshener, everything, dog. They took every fucking thing, and we were just like, fuck, and
That was a good job.
again, man, those are fucking ninjas, bro. And then we didn't. I kind of felt like, man, what do I do now? Like, I didn't want to start over again. It was like, to have to start over again. This is how I make my living. This is how I feed my family. And, the phone calls stopped coming in. I remember I did a video, too, for Instagram. I was, like, begging people. I was like, man, if anybody could just fucking say something, dog. I know you guys know somebody that knows something that has a hard drive and all kinds of shit. I remember I did the video and I even put it in black and white for dramatic effect, and it was crazy. Fool. nobody fucking hit me up. Nobody even said anything.
It's probably some crackhead.
And it was, man. It was a bunch of crackheads and shit. You know what I'm saying? So I ended up just kind of sitting back.
You had to start over pretty much.
Yeah, dude. And but I didn't want to. I don't know if I wanted to start back and keep doing that again. And then so I went back to my to my childhood dream of being an actor and being a comedian type of shit that. I told my girl, I was like, look, I think I'm gonna just start doing this shit. And it was not paying any money. We were kind of scraping by with the little bit of savings that I had and shit, And yeah, man, I started doing skits, and from, one day to another, it was kind of like, damn, I started with like 1,500 followers, some shit like that. And everybody I had was just people from the industry, other directors, rappers, and shit like that. So it wasn't like I had like a fan base or nothing. It was just 1,500 followers. I would get 3 comments on my shit, and usually it was my mom like congratulating me, It was just family and shit,
What got you into writing the sketches or the skits?
Depression, dog. Depression. I was, because I'm
to snap you out of it, obviously.
Yeah, dude, to snap me out of it, dude. And at the time, man, I was working, I was still working at Pocaspoto Local Studio right there with Dub and Kool-Aid, and I had my little office. And again, there was no work coming in, so I wasn't gonna be able to provide my services to them or anybody, And it was kind of like the last day at the office. I already had gathered up all my little belongings, and then I'm just searching videos on YouTube, and I'm seeing, videos of just crazy shit happening, and I was like, man, I know how to edit. I know how to shoot. I still have a little camera. I still have, I can edit on my phone. And then I did a video where it kind of looks like I'm a part of whatever the fuck was going on.
Yeah.
And I posted the video, and immediately like 100 comments came in, and then it was like 300 followers. And I was like, and I called my girl, I was like, do you see this? She was like, yo, what just happened? I was like, I don't know. Should I keep going? She was like, keep going. And then so I kept going, and then it got to a point where I had to call my wife and be like, hey, let me ask you a question. Do I embarrass you? She was like, nah, I think you're funny. I was like, that's it. I don't give a fuck what anybody else says. Yeah. I'm going to act a fool. Because you're thinking about you're 33, dog. You're about to hop into social media, comedy game. It's like, come on, dog. You know what I'm saying? Come on, dog.
That gave you the juice that you needed. Hey, is my camera not working? What's going on over here? All right. It gave you the juice that you needed pretty much, really, to like inspire you to find that other lane.
Yeah.
And then like build momentum off of it, right?
And at the same time, it was more like I just wanted to be myself, you know? I started in the game DJing. I rapped for, you know, I had a, you know, decent rap career, man. I mean, I was signed, I was touring, I was doing my thing. I mean, I opened up for you guys a bunch of times, and you know what I'm saying? I did all that, you know, Hollywood, you know, the Knitting Factory, the Key Club back in the 2000s. I did all those shows, you know, with Sean Healy, all those shows that, you know, I'm you know, you guys fucking probably don't remember, but I remember those vividly opening up for you guys and opening up for the DJ Quicks of the world, and I had a decent career doing that.
What like, how do you feel the difference is in like doing like a all comedy show, and then or in comparison to having to open for like a musician, like a hip hop artist, whatever?
Well, you know, for one, you know, like when I was rapping, I wanted to impress the people, but ultimately I wanted to impress the guys like you guys that I was opening up for. You know, like I wanted to make sure that, you know, you guys seen what I was doing. You know what I'm saying? Because I used to rock out with a band. I had my band. I was doing like the rap rock thing, and I always wanted to really show them.
What band was that?
I was Beretta, and then my band was called Full Clip.
Okay.
Yeah, so you know, like I did all those, you know, shows at the, you know, Hollywood area, and you know, got a couple shows here and there on the Vance Warped Tour and stuff like that. So everything was going good, and you know, but the difference between being on stage rapping and being on stage and doing comedy is that I don't have a laugh track to fall back on. There's no beat that I could just fucking, like, if I forget a bar, I could just, you know, or look at my hype man or something like that. If you fuck up a joke, you're gonna fuck up a joke, but you're gonna eat shit.
It's all
on everybody.
Yeah, it's all on you.
There's no band, there's no playback music, there's no nothing. It's all you, bro. So it's kind of like hand-to-hand combat when you're doing this shit, you know?
Yeah.
So it's either you sink or swim type of shit, you know? And I think that's the biggest difference, you know what I'm saying?
Who were some of the comedians that you grew up, you know, watching that sort of inspired you?
You know, fuck, I mean, dude, it's a lot in the Spanish world, because, you know, I'm first generation Mexican American, so I grew up with a lot of, you know, like, you know, Spanish comedians. But I remember being 6 and 7 years old and just watching, and I had no fucking business watching this shit, man. I had no business watching In Living Color, bro. You know, I'm 6 or 7 years old, and I'm watching the Jim Carreys, the Jamie Foxx.
That was a hilarious show, though, man.
That shit changed my life, bro. Yeah. It changed my life, because everything I do now is sketch. It's character-based comedy.
Right.
You know? So I have a bunch of different characters. I've made fun of Stevie B, and, you know, he was mad at me for a little while. I've made fun of El Buki. You know, he hit me up, and he thought it was funny. And so I made fun of a bunch of different people now, and it's like I get that from In Living Color, from character-based comedy, you know?
If they were to hit you up to write for Saturday Night Live, would you take that on?
Maybe. I don't know. I think it's
Do you ever watch that?
Yeah, I do. I just think it's a different it's a different viewership, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I don't think they cater to the, you know, LA Chicano community the way that I do. You know, I cater to my gente, I cater to my people. You know what I'm saying? Because I think it's you know, like on this side, we don't have a show that really caters to that.
No.
Or nothing like that.
We
You know what
don't.
I'm saying? So I tend to cater to you know, to my Chicano community. And, you know, I think that's where the correlation comes into play, you know, because I make fun of characters that we know, you know what I'm saying, that we're accustomed to on this side of the country.
Yeah, there should be a show like that here that does base characters in sketch comedy and situations that is based off of our.
Nah, there is one. There is one.
What is it?
It's at Concrete Live on Instagram.
There you go. Boom. Hey,
this guy's good.
watch out now.
He's good.
You know, yeah, there is, bro.
That's right. That's right. Good answer for that.
Nah, dude, but I'm still making fun of everybody. You know, I've made, you know, fun of fucking, you know.
What do you feel one of your funniest skits is?
The funniest shit for me that I've done has been probably Tepic. Tepic is like, he's like an Aztec Mayan dude.
Yeah.
And that was one of my first skits that went super viral, you know. And then the shit with my dad, that shit's been dope. The Rebels, you know, a lot of people don't know, but if you grew up in the 90s here in LA, there was the party crew scene.
Right.
And that shit was huge. And so when I did that, like that shit went crazy.
That went.
For me. Oh, that went crazy. I had like 800,000 comments in like 5 minutes.
Because it's all relatable to people that live here.
It's all relatable to people that live on this side, like Southwest.
That's
right.
right.
Southwest. And that's where I think my comedy stems most of it from, you know?
Yeah, man. Someone needs to do it. You doing it well, man.
Yeah, man.
Are you going to take any of this on tour?
Yeah, man. I've been on tour for the last, I'm going to say maybe like year and a half. I started out doing hosting for Big Boy had a comedy tour called Los Tóxicos, and I was with Jerry Garcia, Frankie Quinones was Cholo Fit Creeper, and then it was Jesus Sepulveda. And then so they hit me up a year and a half ago, and they're like, yo, man, we would love for you to host it. At this point, I didn't want to do stand-up, bro. I just wanted to.
You just want to do sketch writing.
I just want to do sketch comedy. I want to be a sketch actor. Like, that wasn't my lane at all. That's not what I wanted to do. And then they asked me to fucking start hosting that shit. And then it just kind of went from hosting it to, hey, man, why don't you do 15 minutes?
Yeah.
Hey, man, why don't you feature? Hey, man, why don't you start closing this shit? So for the last year, I've been, doing my own tour where I'm headlining this shit, and we're like about a 65, 70 sold out shows.
Congratulations, man.
Yeah, man. Yeah, I don't know where, man. Sometimes you think, you found your calling, but sometimes it's just your passion,
Right.
So shooting and directing was definitely my passion. But I think making people laugh and being on stage has been my calling, bro. And I think that's where I've been the most successful at in such a short amount of time,
And you know what's dope is that you have knowledge of both sides of the camera because, you've been behind, the director side of it,
for sure.
putting all that shit together, and then being the subject.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So you sort of have a relationship with both sides of it in a different way.
Oh, for sure. And then how to approach people, how to approach fans, and how not to be, a jerk and shit, and just, kind of be cool and understand that the fans are the people that are going to keep you on stage, not your talent. You know what I'm saying? Not your talent. Your talent goes a long way, but it's definitely how you treat your fans and how you treat the people that buy that ticket to go see you. That's what's going to keep you on stage, bro.
Real talk. I mean, that's what keeps you in the game for a long time,
Yeah.
the way you treat your fans. I mean, there's plenty of artists in every part of entertainment that treat their fans like shit, like won't give them that minute, and they lose them.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, they do.
You know what I mean? They lose them, and it may not be like a big number of fans, but like, each one sort of like each vibe connects to another. They'll go tell all their people like, man,
For sure.
I just tried to like talk to so-and-so or get a picture or an autograph, and they told me to fuck off. Oh, man. Hell no, I ain't fucking with him no more. It's like that 5 minutes you give someone that is the lifetime that they'll remember.
Oh, forever. Because, I mean, like, that's their opportunity for them to show you their appreciation and shit. You know what I'm saying? And I happen to be a part of a culture of fans that is the Chicano community, maybe first, second, third generation Mexican Americans or Latino Americans or whatever the case may be. But I've happened to be a part of a culture that we buy the ticket. We are a consumer, bro.
Yeah.
We are the ones that buy the ticket, the T-shirt, the pillowcase, the fucking air freshener. We like that. That is who we are as a culture. We like to support our artists. We like to support the people we love, and to jeopardize that because you don't want to take a quick pic, dog. I think that's what we're in it for, dog. Yeah, I mean, you can't be in the kitchen.
It's part of it.
It's part of it's part of being in the game, bro. It's like it's like Bash always says. He's always like, "Don't be a dick, take a pic." And I've taken that from him. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I remember being with Khan in Mexico when I used to shoot for him. And I remember we were going down fucking, Guadalajara, busy ass street. A school had just got out, and there was about maybe 200 kids or some shit. And he had the window down. He was sitting shotgun. He put the window down. The kids recognized him, and we had to go to to a show. And he was like, "Nah, stop the car." Took pictures with every single kid. And now those kids are gonna follow him for the next 10 fucking years, bro. Because they're gonna remember that little situation.
They'll all have that story to share.
And I saw that, and I was like, "Bet, that's dope."
I remember B had said early in his career that Chuck D had mentioned to you that Chuck had put it that why wouldn't you give somebody 1 minute of your time that they're going to remember for the rest of their life?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Like, why wouldn't you give somebody one
positive
minute?
or negative, they're going to remember it.
Right.
Yeah, exactly. No, exactly, man. I mean, and that goes to me a lot, like even, because I'm considered what you would say like a social media comedian. I came in through the social media world. I didn't come through the ranks of like the old school comedians where it was like,
you got to play the clubs and all that.
Play the clubs and do all that shit. You know what I'm saying? I feel like I paid my dues during the social media world where it's like I had to make sure that people like me. You know what I'm saying? And it's one of those things like if somebody DMs me, man, I'm replying, yo, I appreciate the love. If they're dropping 100 comments, I'm dropping 100 likes.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because that like might turn into a ticket sold. That might turn into a fucking sweater sold or a hat sold at the meet and greet.
Yeah.
So it's like it just show love and get show love and get love, bro. That's just bottom line of what it is. So I'm happy that I went through a lot of shit that I went through.
It's a part of the real estate that you're investing in as an artist, man. If you're like trying to be a successful artist, you got to like give that little bit of time, even when you don't want to, you know, because there's times that we're in the mood for it, and there's other times that we may be going through something
Yeah.
and don't necessarily want to do it, but like, I mean, this is what we signed up for.
Shit, that happened the other day, man. I had just landed from Chicago. I was delayed like 100 times on the plane.
Oh,
The Uber guy picks me up and he's like, concrete? And I was like, what's up? That's 3 o'clock in the morning. Dog, I'm fucking beat. And then the whole ride through, he's just asking me questions. And I was like, bro, I want to sleep. But I just kept answering the questions, dog. And they kept getting deeper and deeper. And he was like, why concrete? Why'd you name concrete? And I'm like, damn, that's a fucking loaded ass question, dog. But I'm going to answer you right now, dog. You know, fucking, who knows? Maybe that guy wanted to go to sleep too. And I was just, you know, I was just helped to keep him up type of shit, you know?
Oh, no, he was a fan, bro.
Yeah, he was a fan, man. So that was, I mean, that was cool, but I was fucking beat, though, and I was just kind of like that.
Yeah, it's hard, man. You know, as an artist, you know, with any success, man, it's hard to keep it all together when you're not in the mood for it. But you got to. You
guys that have been doing this shit for I don't know 20+ years or some shit, right? You guys been doing it for quite some time, bro. Like to keep the consistency. That says a lot about you guys, man, and how you guys keep fans invested in what you guys been doing for such a long time. And you know, shout outs to you guys too, man.
Thank you, bro.
You know what I'm saying? It takes a lot.
Have you ever thought, like, because you came from a music background and you directed videos and shit like that, and now you're in the comedic lane, do you ever think about putting it all together? Like, you know, doing a show where it's comedy and music, but you're doing both?
Yeah. The only thing that I've seen whenever they do comedy shows and they add music to it, there's people that come for the comedy, and there's people that come for the music.
Yeah.
And it's you know, it's kind of like putting, you know, water and oil together. Sometimes the shit don't mix, you know what I'm saying? And that's why a lot of those shows don't tend to be very successful, because some people just come for the music and they ain't trying to sit down for 45 minutes to an hour to listen to stand-up and then have a band play or the band before and then sit down for, you know, like once you're fucking lit, you're lit, bro. Let's go, you know? And I think the comedy fan, the person that watches stand-up is a lot different from a lot of
music fan,
for a music fan, you know what I'm saying? I think it's a lot different, you know?
Yeah.
So it's a little bit different. I mean, as far as like meshing the shit together, I have a few times already as far as like doing musical comedy,
right?
But nothing where I've taken it on the road. I did in the beginning. I used to do the Rebels. I used to do Los Bookies, and it just became kind of like, you know.
See, because you could do a concept album, right?
Yeah.
It's like you make all the sketches, and the songs relate to all the sketches, so they're like interweaving. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I like that.
That'd be crazy.
Yeah, I actually thought about that 4 minutes ago, dog.
Come on,
you actually said that right now.
You know, it's like the vibes are happening, dog.
That's funny, dog. Like, cause I just thought about that too, dog. That's crazy.
Because that would be something. Because like if you put like let's just say how comedians used to put like albums out, right? If you were to put something,
like Cheech
that,
and them, and George Perez just dropped his
George
album.
Perez, salute to George Perez. He just dropped.
Shout out to him. I'm on 2 of those joints, so that was dope.
If you were to drop the concept of that, right, and people were to hear it and like live with it for a while, then you could totally go do that show, because they're gonna be like, I wonder if he's gonna perform it just like it's on the fucking album. Like with the sketches leading into the song.
Yeah.
You know how like back in the day in the 90s, right? Most of us would have transitional pieces from one song to the other leading into the next, right?
Like a little comedy bit or something.
Like an interlude and shit?
Yeah, like interludes and shit like
interludes.
that. And you could totally do bits like that with like a song attached to it, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I don't know, we gotta figure it out.
You could totally fucking create the mold, son. You know what I'm saying?
Try to figure some shit out.
Some concrete shit, you know?
Let's go.
Let me ask you, how long you do the sets for, like everybody on tour? Like
on tour, I usually do like about 45 minutes to an hour, depending on,
you on stage 45 minutes of jokes?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
That's a lot of material.
Yeah,
boy.
45. And I mean, obviously we do a lot of, you know, we do crowd work and we do all that shit, but I have about 45 minutes of just straight like actual material, you know? Yeah, that shit's,
funny,
you know.
Funny stories and all that.
Oh, hell yeah. Anecdotes, you know, growing up and shit, you know, growing up in San Fernando, being a silver tooth kid and all the silver teeth activities I got into growing up and shit. You know, I was wild, dog.
Yeah. So do you like change up your set at all, like during the process of the tour, or?
I do. Like if I'm going back to a city where I already maybe went there 6 months prior, I try to throw like, maybe 15, 20 minutes of some new shit, you know? For sure. Because if not, you know, people are going to be like, oh, I already saw this shit, you know? And You know, I mean, sometimes people go back and, you know, now they'll take like a cousin or, you know, that now they'll bring like 3 or 4 more people
And
to
it's
come
their
to the
first
show.
time hearing
So it's
it,
their
yeah.
first time. So I got to make sure that I keep some of the shit that they saw.
That
as well
being
in there.
said, let me ask you: do you have like what are known as now the hits that you have to, or and the fans they get upset if you don't do it?
I'm so new that everything I'm doing is my hits right now. Like if I do something else, fool, they're not gonna know what's going on.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, so everything I'm doing is because it hits, dude. It would like I got thrusted into this shit, bro. Like this was not my thing. I wanted to just so I've been learning on stage, bro. I've been learning on stage, and it's been amazing. I mean, you know, a lot of the guys have reached out to me. You know what I'm saying? George Perez is one of the guys that's reached out. He's been helpful. Felipe Esparza, you know, Fluffy had me open up, you know, for him in Reno. Felipe had me open up for him right here at the Microsoft Theater.
You've been getting some great looks.
So a lot of these guys that have been reaching out, you know, I mean, I don't post my stand-up online, so the word's spreading, and it's word of mouth that's been happening. You know what I'm saying? I think that's
awesome.
Yeah,
that's the
man.
best way right there.
Yeah, man. Yeah, dude, to have some of the biggest names in comedy in our world. I mean, not just in Chicano comedy, but in comedy, period.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
When they're co-signing you, man, that's
For sure.
everything.
Fuck
I mean,
yeah.
you
Fuck,
know,
you know,
usually back in the day, that was it. Like if someone that was in your lane, successful, stamped you, I mean,
Yeah.
that was it. That's like a springboard for you. So that's pretty much what's happening with you now.
Yeah, all of them, dude. George Perez, Felipe. So shout outs to them. And I'm gonna say right now, George Perez, Felipe, Fluffy, Willie Barcena, Paul Rodriguez. Man, dude, all these guys have reached out. You know, Jesus Sepulveda, Jerry Garcia, like all these guys have reached out, and you know, I'm in this new group of like, and I don't want to say rookies, but the young comics of like me, myself, you know, you know, the Ken Flores of the world, you know, Renee Vaca guys, and all these guys, Alfredo Robles, that are coming up right now that are really pushing. I'm just happy to be in such a dope ass class, bro. You know, like,
hey, I mean, people root for the underdog always, man. So you know, the next people coming up. So.
And you're putting the work in. I mean, you know, the main thing is that you're making people laugh, and that's what people are like. That's why you're getting the love, because like you got that formula down.
And it's just relentless, you know what I'm saying? I mean, I think it's a relentless work ethic. Like, I just feel like, I mean, especially with social media, where like, no mames, like sometimes if you don't drop a skit in 2-3 days, you know, they'll forget about you, bro. You know, so I try to drop at least one Monday, one Tuesday, skip Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, you know what I'm saying? Take Sunday off. But I try to give them as much content as possible.
That's the thing about the IG fame, man. It's fucking pressure, because if you do like not stay active, they're onto some other shit.
It's
real
very short-lived on IG.
Yeah. So you got to make moves. You know what I'm saying? That's why I think the transition going into stand-up comedy has been key for me, because now, you know, I'm not just an IG comedian. You know, now I'm selling tickets, and it's not just a one and done. Like I'm on, you know, 60 plus sold out shows. So it's like that, you know, that says that it's not a fluke, you know what I'm saying? And that's why I feel like, all right, cool, maybe I do belong in this fucking table, you know what I'm saying?
Hey, man, you're accomplishing yourself, man, and that's everything. And like you're selling tickets, and that's showing improving right there. No one could take that.
Yeah, putting asses on the seats means a lot, man. That's just, you know, to translate that from social media to real life shit, that's the hard part.
Well,
bro.
you know, also agents and promoters take note of that. Oh, this kid's filling rooms. We need to get him over here ASAP, or you know what I mean? That's when other opportunities happen for you, man.
Man. I'm hoping the opportunity to start in movies. I mean, I got 2 movies coming out. I got one with Horchata and Oat Milk is me, my boy Jerry Garcia and Duno. We got that film coming out this year, and then I got one with Rancho Humilde, executive produced by Jimmy Humilde. That one's coming out in May. So it's like one's a comedy, one's a drama. So I'm excited for those to pop, and man, just to get this shit going, man. Like I'm really trying to make movies, bro. Like I that's the main goal, is to become a household movie star. Like that is.
And when you say acting like that, do you want to do more than just comedy? Is that like, do you want to be a dramatic, like a serious?
For sure. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I look, like Jamie Foxx and those guys that can go from, doing a comedy movie to now doing like a serious role. I think that's what's gonna separate, the talent. You know what I'm saying?
Some of the comedians are like the best actors because they tap into emotions in a different way. And I mean, Robin Williams, that dude was an incredible comedian, but he was also a great actor.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think it's no different than a rapper writing a party song and then writing something that just means something to him. You know what I'm saying? To be able to go back and forth in music, that's some shit in itself. You know what I'm saying? To drop a party record, drop a like a smoking record, and then drop something that's really meaningful to you. I think it kind of correlates to just being fucking like an artist in a way. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, absolutely, man. I mean, you got to have different goals within being an artist. It can't just be like one thing, because what happens when you get to that? You got to have another direction to go. And and it's great that you already see yourself in this, like I'm going from here to here, then from here to here. I mean, that's
what's going to happen, though. Even if I end up producing my own movies, dog, we going to make some movies, dog.
Hey, man, it's having a vision more than anything.
Yeah, for sure.
Anything you try to do, whether it's music, comedy, or sports, or any aspect of whatever you're trying to do, it's about having a vision and then actually working to the vision. You know what I mean? Like putting the work in to get there.
I mean, you guys being in this shit for so long, what keeps you guys motivated, man? Like, what's something that keeps you from saying, okay, I mean, we've accomplished so much, we've sold records, we've sold arenas, we've done this shit. Like, where's it at for you guys?
Well, for me, it's the love of what we do. We still love to do it, right? If it was some tiresome shit like that, oh man, we gotta go on this tour. If I had that mentality, could not do it. I'd be done. But like, still have that thrill of getting out there, playing the music, and seeing the music connect with those vibes. And then, we grew up competitive. We played sports against other neighborhoods, like basketball, football, sometimes baseball. They played the baseball more without me on that one, but competitive nature. So with the hip hop shit, you're always trying to stunt out and be the best in your lane. So that's always...
It's friendly competition for sure.
Friendly competition.
And there's friendly competition in comedy too, bro.
Yeah.
It's the same shit. Like, we're all looking like, oh yeah, he sold out 5 shows at that? Okay, I'm going to try to sell out 7 shows at that place. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's friendly shit. You know what I'm saying?
Our mentality is like, we're playing a certain gig with certain artists. Like, if you're coming on after us,
right,
you better be bringing the shit, because we're about to like...
Hell yeah. No, I've seen you guys get down. Yeah, you guys fucking tore it down.
So
man.
that's the competitive nature of it for us. You know what I mean? Like, if we're going on before the headliner, we're about to blow this shit up. Now, if we're going on last,
especially when you feel like you should have been the headliner,
yeah,
you're like, oh, word.
Well, for us, we don't care. Yeah, we'll take the support role, or we'll do the headline. And if we do the headline, we're like just waiting. Okay, what are you gonna do?
Yeah,
and it's all friendly competition.
It's friendly competition.
But when we get to see what you've done,
but when they go
when
on,
you put us on that line, boy,
oh yeah,
But when they,
you need me on that line.
And when they go on before the band, they may not say it right now, but they love putting the pressure on them. Like, all right, now it's your turn.
Well, it's because a live music would always do that to someone that's doing playback, bro. It's just there's nothing like watching live music, bro. That's just that's just the reality of it. Some of the greatest bands in the world have been bands, bro. Like live music, you know what I'm saying? I think that's what separates, I think, the rapper from the artist in a way. You know what I'm saying? You become an artist when you put a band, an ensemble of instruments and motherfuckers vibing together, in sync. That is dope, bro.
Not only that, but the money's good too.
Oh hell yeah!
Well, if you have any measure of success, yes, because it ain't good for everyone. There is the struggling artist or the starving artist. That is true in every aspect of entertainment.
Oh hell yeah!
I mean, but we're
gotta pay dues.
Your path starts somewhere, and it depends what you put into it. And how much you put into the craft.
Mm-hmm.
If you put the work and hours into it, shit, you develop something. Like you develop, your craft to write the sketches, and then it unlocked other things for you. You know what I mean? It was about the work and the hours that you put into that.
Yeah, and I didn't think it was like, I didn't think there was like a sense of like, fuck, like there has to be a craft to this shit, or a science to the skit shit, but it is, bro. It is. Like
after doing it so long.
Because you only got 30 seconds to a minute. 30 seconds to a minute to engage somebody and to make them, for one, watch it, 2, like it, And 3 is a comment, bro. 3 is like you went all the way with that one person.
Yeah.
Now let me ask you this: when you write those skits, is it generally based on like something you see and go, "Oh, I got to write a skit on that"?
Yeah.
Is that how it develops?
Yeah, I mean, or I could just be taking a shit, bro. And just something pops into my head. I'm very visual, bro. So I'm already like looking at.
I didn't need that visual, but
it happens when it happens.
It happens when it happens. I could be fucking busting a nut, bro, and I'm like, oh.
It happens when
it happens when it happens, bro. I don't, I'm just,
ideas pop up randomly at
doesn't
any given point.
Doesn't matter, man. I've had skit come in dreams and shit, so that's just, and then I mean, I tend to really, if I go for a character, I'm really gonna pull out for the character. Like when I did Dora the Explorer, I went and make sure I got a spider monkey. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like when I did the Rebel shit, I make sure I got the clothing that's from the era.
The detail.
Yeah, the detail, man. To me, when it comes to sketches and then character-based shit, like the outfit got to be right, the look got to be right, the background got to be right, because you got to put people in that fucking.
Hey, the small details reel people the fuck in. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And people that forget that, it's like it gets lost. But shit like that.
Oh yeah, dude. I went and bought pagers for the '90s Rebel shit. Like I went and bought beepers, like working beepers and shit too.
That's what's up.
Yeah. So everybody was like commenting on that and that. When people see those little things, they're like, oh yeah, he was there.
Yeah,
he was there.
The beepers. Oh my god.
Beepers and pagers, but
beepers and pages, man. And pagers. That's right. I seen a picture not too long ago. Sad Dog and I were with someone in this photo and shit, and sure enough, I was rocking that beeper right there, bro. I think it was 90. I don't know, 90. 92, 91, some shit.
Yeah, hey man, only important people rocked beepers back in the days. So if you had a beeper, a few beepers, then it'd be like, oh, this guy.
Or if you were
got
slang.
some businesses.
Oh, trappers.
Or if you were slang.
It was a trappers,
It's
bro.
money.
He's a doctor.
I'm a doctor, Dennis. I'm always on call.
Dr. Greenthumb.
Oh yeah, whoever was selling the medicine, bro. Doctors or trappers, bro.
Surgeons too.
Yeah.
Surgeons were always on call. I bet they used to get annoyed. They're on the golf course about to take the swing. Beep, beep, beep.
Somebody needs a heart transplant.
Someone needs a heart transplant or something.
Bring it.
So I'm saying, it's like, God damn it.
Could you imagine this guy living with Bash? Because you and I, we always.
Oh yeah,
Bash is one of the funniest dudes that we know. That guy, man, he is on some different stuff.
Oh, dude, we have a bunch of skits together, bro. Like, I mean, some of the best shit we did while we were living together.
I couldn't imagine.
Yeah, man.
He's got a great sense of humor.
Oh, the dude's fucking hilarious, bro. I mean, he's gave me so many jams and shit, dog, that I'm just like, man, how come you weren't a comedian, bro?
His one-liners. Yeah, he should have been a comedian too. I think he could have done well.
He could have, yeah. I mean, shit, because he still can. Fuck.
Yeah, it ain't never too late.
If you want to switch it up a little bit,
Yeah, it ain't never too late. He could totally go do a set. I think if he put his mind to it, he could come up with a good set.
Shit, if you can switch it up right now, what would you do?
What do you mean?
If you can switch up your career right now, what would you do?
Oh shit, that's a great question.
Bring it.
Man, I don't know.
It goes for all of you. Saying, if you could switch up right now, dog, you're first baseman for the Dodgers.
Catcher. All right, we'll start there. I'll catch that.
Or no, his knees ain't as good as they used to be, so probably first baseman. Yeah, you're right.
Anywhere that requires a uniform and be on the field, I'll do that.
Okay.
Damn, that's a great question.
Yeah, what would be it? But not a cop though, right? Not a uniform on the field. You mean?
Yeah, like a player on the field, not a cop.
Got it. I was like, okay. I was like, oh, come on, boy, wants to be a dog catcher and shit.
Yeah, I'd probably be the governor of California so I could fix all this fuckery that's happening.
Oh, so politics. Okay.
Nah, I hate politics, but I would do that for my state.
Okay.
Know what I'm saying?
Bring it.
Hey, I vote for Be Real.
Vote for Greenthumb.
I vote, dog.
Vote for Greenthumb.
Yeah.
Imagine, fool, we'd be able to smoke anywhere for sure, dog.
Look, yeah, everywhere is cool.
Doctors and shit just burning one up and shit in the fucking
in surgery,
in the ER room and shit.
Like, hey,
patch me the ashtray, big dog.
Hey, let me get a dab hit before we open his chest.
We'll be smoking everywhere, dog, at the White House and shit. Just fucking, what is it?
It would be mandatory. You don't get to come in unless you smoke one first, and we got to see you do it.
What would be the first law you would change right now immediately?
Damn. Well, for the stoners who got me there, legalization across the nation. For all the because realistically, all the stoners would be voting for me. You know what I mean? The rest of them.
Ooh, with that one, you just won the primaries, Barrito, right
Yeah.
there. Bro.
And I think the stoners are the true silent majority. I truly believe that there is a nation of stoners out there that would, they would come up and they would vote.
Oh,
They
for
would.
Sure. Oh, for sure.
I'll tell you what. Whichever one of these bozos puts up legalization across the board, they're going to get a significant boost. Know what I mean?
Absolutely.
And not to really talk politics, B, but why do you think that no one? Why haven't any of the politicians really run?
Because there's two parties that you have to win over, right? Which is the conservative party and the religious party. You know what I mean? Like the religious party is the biggest that you have to convert, right?
Makes sense.
Because they're talking against legalization since day one, because of what it represents as people doing drugs and whatnot. So you have to get them on board, and they're the hardest ones to get on board. The conservatives, you could get them on board because really, in the end, it's all about money. And if you show them how they could make money off of this shit, they're on. But with the religious voters, it ain't about money. It's about what's in the Bible.
Yeah, what's right for wrong for them.
Yeah, and they don't want, and so the folks that are in these positions that get voted in by people, they don't ever want to risk that by offending the religious or conservative voters that are putting their asses in these particular positions. So, they're very they know they should, and they know it would be lucrative, but it's like, how do I navigate this without losing my position? Right? Eventually, it'll be legalization across the board for sure, because every state, in spite of all the fuckery that we go through in this business, the state makes money. Every state that has cannabis in it makes money. Maybe the operators, we're not making as much money as we should, but the state making a lot of money.
I mean,
especially in tax.
You really want to get a vote, you legalize every drug in the world.
Yeah, I don't think you'll get all the votes for that.
Did that happen?
You lose every. You lose.
Lot of cocaine.
You lose. You lose every.
Legalize cocaine.
You lose every conservative and every religious voter at that
Legalize
point. Come
meth,
with that.
And those
In Europe,
crack.
In Europe, that would go.
Wait,
right?
didn't that happen here in northern fucking Washington or Portland or something?
They're repealing that.
They're trying to, because everybody's fucking dying. So
yeah, that's
didn't work out.
That didn't work out.
I mean, people are gonna do the drugs regardless. So legalize it. That way, nobody gets in trouble. Nobody goes to jail over.
But I think
doing
once
a
they
drug.
legalize it, I think that's where you come into financial problems, because then certain entities couldn't exist without it being illegal.
True that.
You know what I'm saying? So I think that's where where the issue lies, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, if I'm gonna make cocaine legal, then why am I trying to stop you at ATF or the FBI, whoever the fuck runs that?
DEA.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
ATF, FBI, CIA.
Lesser people in jail.
But I don't even know if I didn't even graduate high school, fools. I don't even know if.
Hey, you're on the table of non-graduates. Right?
I don't even know. Whatever.
Except for Trace, he probably graduated.
Whatever.
He went to college.
Barely. How about you, Les? Did you graduate?
I'm a dropout.
Yeah, there you go.
So look at us, bro. Look at us.
Look at us.
Look at us.
Look at it. Look at me.
Look at you, man. You fucking made it, fam.
You know what? I got my diploma though. I still got the.
You got your GED?
Yeah. Good
What's
enough.
that?
Diploma.
You went back for your GED, huh?
Good enough diploma. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I didn't.
Yeah, they just
I said,
gave
fuck
me,
it. What am I going to use
a
it for?
GED, you know what a GED is? It's a
General education.
diploma.
Diploma, yeah.
That you needed back in the days to get jobs if you wanted to have a good job.
Your job has nothing to do with any of that.
Exactly.
Yeah, no, I didn't.
That's why I knew ahead of time. I was like, this shit ain't for me.
If you was going to run a company, different story. You need all the credentials from that.
Or you
right?
just get somebody that has those credentials.
Or you get somebody who has those. But
I think I was that guy.
Yeah. Same here.
I wasn't the guy who was doing my homework. I would just befriended the homies. Like, you want some hot Cheetos, fool? Do my homework.
College.
You know what I'm saying?
If you're not serious about college, it's a waste of time. And you.
Well, I think there's certain, like, to be a doctor, fool, go to school. Dog.
Yeah, lawyer, doctor.
Want to be a lawyer? Go to school. You know, want to be like shit like that. You know, but
if you're going to be a musician or actor, then none of that applies.
No.
I mean, you could go and get your education and have the degrees and all that stuff as a backup in case that doesn't work out. But even then, you got to have a backup for that because a lot of people spend all this money to get educated in this one field, and then when they come out, if there's no positions open, they're overqualified for most jobs.
Did you guys have a backup coming up?
No, we didn't have a backup, man.
That's why you're successful.
We were street kids, bro.
That's why you're successful, because you never saw a life net.
We didn't
bro.
think about like if we were gonna. We didn't think
it was
about,
either or.
We didn't think about if we were gonna fail. We
Exactly.
were just going. Like there was no fail in our mindset. It's like this is what we're doing. We're just gonna do it. There's no backup plan.
And I think that's what separates the winners from the not so winners, bro. Like it's not having that.
I think you're right, because if you have the backup plan mentality,
yeah, you're gonna
you've
be like,
planted a seed that you might fail. And
Yeah.
if you think to yourself, I might fail, gonna fail.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, there
know
comes.
That's why I don't carry a gas tank full.
There comes a time in life when you tell yourself, "This is what I'm gonna do, B," and that's it.
Yeah, I mean, failure ain't an option.
Yeah,
you know, hey, you may fall off the horse, but you get back on and you keep riding. And that's
does that go for entertainment too? Like, should you be like,
well, look,
should you leave your job at 45 to start a rap career?
I don't think it works out for most people because hip hop is ageist, and
Yeah.
it shouldn't be like most other genres. You can come in right now in your 40s and write a hit in country music, and they're riding with you. You know what I mean? But for
Different,
some
yeah.
reason,
The rap game.
hip hop be trying to like, and this is done by the labels. They try to like, once you hit 30s, you're too old to connect with the fan base of
And why
this
not
genre.
just rap some shit that's age appropriate?
But that's what I'm saying. People do. It's just that record companies don't know how to get to the folks that
Yeah,
grew up
because
with
imagine
this
a
rap
fool
shit.
like just woke up going to my 9 to 5.
They don't know how to
Well,
promote.
what I'm saying is this, right? The average hip hop fan in the 90s, you know, well, any hip hop fan in the 90s are grown ass people at this point with families and lives going on, where music was maybe primary to them back then. Now it's like third and fourth. Feeding my family and all that shit.
Don't even listen to the radio.
Is before music, right? But they're still music lovers, and they still would buy music, especially from artists that, you know, they grew up to, if they knew it, you know, how it was coming out. But what happens is a lot of the major record companies, labels, whatever, they phase out those fans because their whole intention is to get younger fans and straight market to them, because that's what they know in terms of hip hop. They think the fan base is consistently getting younger, but they don't realize it's gotten older too. But they're geared towards always like they're geared toward the young audience as opposed to the one that got older, and they don't necessarily spend money on music like they used to.
No, and I think it's different too. I mean, people don't spend the money like they used to, obviously, because it's like, I feel like
they got other shit they got to spend money on.
Well, I feel like we're in the age of like cup of noodle music. You know, it's like instant. You eat it and then you throw it out. Like it's a wrap. Like you don't really savor it.
They don't let it breathe like they used to.
Yeah,
I mean,
you know what
think
I'm saying?
about
Like,
it. Out of all these new artists that just coming out right now, how many of them are 45 years old?
Say what again?
I think 2 Chainz.
2 Chainz?
Well,
he's not new.
He's not new, but I'm saying like when he had his run,
like
as TT Boy, he didn't like have a run as 2 Chainz when
like
he
10
came,
years ago.
10 years ago, and he was in his 40s then.
Killing it.
He got a run. So that right there is the template to show you, hey man, you ain't too old for this shit at 40 or 50. I mean, KRS-One's still putting out really dope records. It's just that they ain't gonna put the highlight on him or the shine on anyone over 30, because realistically, they're only geared to sell to the teens and young ass adults. They have not figured out how to tap into our age group that still listens and still buys music. Maybe not as frequently, you know what I mean? But they still do. Like if the Beat Nuts were to drop, there's hip hop heads in their 50s right now, same age as you. It would be like, yo, the Beat Nuts just dropped. I'm gonna go. I need to go get this.
Yeah.
But here's the thing: they don't know it's out there because they no label knowing how to get it to them.
Yeah, I mean, there's a difference between people like us and KRS-One. We've been doing this since we was teenagers, so we got that long fan base. You know what I'm saying? That's a big difference than somebody just right now trying to come in as 45 and I have no fan base and I'm just trying to make a record. Like labels don't know how to promote this old man. Who is this guy?
Yeah.
Like he has no back.
Like listen to him. He's hella responsible.
No history, nothing. So it's different. We got a fan base.
Yeah, no, I know that, but
we gonna rock it till we 60, 80, whatever.
Well, but see, that's to my point, though, right? Like, so let's just say Beatnuts are an independent hip hop group now. Like, in other words, you're not on a major label. You're putting out the records yourself. Your fans know how to plug into you, right? But let's just say there was fans that sort of disconnected because of life or whatever, but they still fuck with you, right? They don't know how to connect you back with those fans. You can connect to your core base because you guys built it up. But it's like, resources from a major label like are important, but they lose those connections once your fan base gets older. They're constantly trying to dig you out a fucking young fan base, right? And that's because they're looking in the wrong places and they got the wrong people in these positions. That's why a lot of a lot of veteran artists are now independent because they know how to tap into their fans. They know where they're at. You know what I mean? It's just that the bigger labels, they ain't doing that because it's always about a younger fan base.
Always.
Yeah, social media I think has helped that a lot.
Yeah.
I think now if you're dope and you put out a dope record, that shit could just go viral because it's just a dope record, and I don't think it's gonna matter
what age you are.
What age you are.
If it's a dope song, it's
a dope song. It's a dope song.
And that's the way it should be.
Yeah.
It's just that in hip hop, like they always thought that the genre wouldn't be around but for like 10 years. Right? So it being around for 50 years now, they're still trying to figure out like how the fuck do we
I think the fans and the people now are the ones that really hold who blows up and who doesn't really, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
To some degree, right? Because before it was like, if your shit didn't get played on the radio, good luck, son. Like, I mean, or if you didn't have like a record that went super, super popular in the streets where, you were just pressing up a gang of copies and your shit was hot, then it was really difficult, like now it's like, you could be in the middle of the country and you just recorded a record in your bedroom and you put it on social media and then next thing you know, it just catches fucking fire.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's a lot. I would say it's a lot more easier to get on. I also think that's what makes it a little more stressful and convoluted in the industry.
Well,
I feel like it's so much. It's so much of it.
As a consumer, I think you're far more accessible now to the artists of your genre and what you're looking for.
Mm-hmm.
Like if you're looking for that, it's out there. You just got to go find it.
Oh, for sure.
Instead of like back in the day, like B and Les were both saying about how, the label had to support you to get you out there. Now, like you're saying, is with these platforms that, you can be in the middle of
it's
anywhere.
Easier for you to get, like it was harder to be an independent artist in the 90s. That was practically non-existent.
Right.
You know what I mean? But now, because of the platforms, like you're saying, you could actually springboard off of one of these platforms. Like people will springboard it off of TikTok, springboard it off of YouTube, some off of IG. I don't ever recall anybody springboarding off of Twitter, but
like one of the like one of the last dudes that I worked with, and like to your point, just springboarded was I shot Peso Pluma's first 4 music videos here in LA. This was in 2022. Yeah, like summer of 2022, dog. Shot 4 music videos for him. Great fucking kid. He was super dope about his business, and I like the records, dope records. But never did I think, next thing you know, this shit goes viral on social media. Now he has 50 million views on the video that we did.
Crazy.
And then now it's like, hey, bro, do you remember, fool, that I shot these music videos for? You know what I'm saying? He's out of here, bro. And within a matter of 10 to 12 months, bro, just fucking was out of here.
Blew up.
I mean.
Hey, if he called you to direct a video right now, would you do it?
Yeah.
Because you still got your chops, right?
Yeah, I still do it, but it's only for certain friends.
Let me give you this observation, bro. I think you remember Snow, the guy who made Informer?
Yes.
Informer.
Right?
Yes.
If you put a Caesar mullet wig on him, he looks like Peso Pluma's cousin, dog.
I would.
I swear to God. Me and Pedro were looking at a video of both of them the other day, and Peso, in one of his last videos, he has glasses on.
Yeah.
Right? I'm like, God damn it, he looks like somebody. And I thought, you know what? He looks like fucking Snow, right? So I had Pedro put on the Informer video. First, the Monday morning video, because people don't know about that Snow Monday morning video. That's a tight song. I swear to God, if you put a fucking Caesar mullet on dude, looks like his cousin, his Canadian cousin, dog. Bessel's Canadian cousin. Trust. I challenge you to do this side by side him, if you will.
Would you do a record with him?
Who?
With Bessel?
Oh, yeah.
It's easy, huh?
He's dope.
Easy.
And I mean the young Snow.
Would you go into his world, or would he go into your?
I would go into his. I mean, like it's so cool for him to come into mine, but
yeah,
I like to challenge myself and go into other people's
something
shit.
Fucking be real, bellico.
Yep.
El bellico, be real.
Yep. I'll fucking sing that shit, dog. Probably not. I'll rap that shit. You know how it goes. No, but it's dope to see like how he's like just he's taking it and running with it. You know what I mean?
He was out of here, bro. I
Yeah.
was like, damn, dude, like, fuck, man, like 10 months ago, bro, we just shot some music videos and we gave you some Cali weed and he wanted Jack in the Box, and then now it's like,
hey, you're a part of that rise though, because those videos, like,
I kind of feel like I had a fingerprint, you know.
Yeah.
I had a little fingerprint, you know. I mean, still to this day, like I said, I still shoot when people call me. It just depends on the project. I have to be excited about to get up and go produce a music video and shoot and edit for fucking a week and a half and do all that. You know what I'm saying?
do you still do songs just to keep?
Yeah, I scratch the itch every now and then for sure. Yeah, man. I mean, yeah. Fuck yeah, dude. That's like that's my first love, dog. You know, rapping and shit.
Yeah, because some people let go of that shit. You know, they go into one lane and they like leave what they originally fucked with alone.
Nah, I still think, no, I fuck with it. You know.
Yeah, got to get you ready for that concept record, dog.
Oh yeah, the one
Sketching songs, dog.
Produced by Be Real.
I was gonna say B's pushing hard.
Yeah,
pushing hard.
B, if you just want, if you want to talk after the show, well, just let me know that we can make it happen.
Work out the numbers.
We can work out the
numbers and the
That's
percentages.
it.
And
That's it,
Got to
dog.
pull his arm.
Too easy, dog. Too easy. We got cameras. We got everything we need. You kidding me?
all the things.
Shit.
We got all the things. All right, before we go any further, let's check this out.
What's up, guys? It's Kelvin from Dr. Greenthumb, West LA. We're here located at 12235 Wilshire Boulevard, just about 15 minutes away from Santa Monica Pier. We do have some daily deals going on always. We also have 20% off for your first time. So if you guys are in the area, come check it out. Come say hi to us, all right? Back to you guys at the studio.
Check out the Dr. Greenthumb locations in California. We're going to pop off the address towards the end of the show. So take note. We got the gas. Now let's get into submissions. Yeah, it's time for submissions. But first, Bodega Coolers are a lightly sparkling, refreshing cannabis beverages. Using all natural ingredients, Bodega Coolers provide an elevated twist on the California cult classic cooler-style beverage. 25 milligrams of THC per 12-ounce can, and the Bodega Slim can is 3 milligrams of THC with 2.5 of THCV in an 8-ounce can for more subtle and social effect. Both cans are available in the pineapple cooler and pear cooler flavors. Grab a Bodega Cooler at a dispensary near you. All right.
You drink those?
Yeah.
How many of those can you drink?
Well, they're only 25 milligrams, so I could probably drink 5, but that's too much sugar. So,
I'd be fucking out, dog.
They're bomb.
I'm
six-pack?
No, they're really
Pineapple's good.
That's the 5 milli he's drinking right now.
Just a quick little banger just to get your head.
Go ahead, tell him B what you called it.
Don't worry about what I call it. Little baby bitch sip.
The ridicule. The ridicule.
That's a little head change right there.
Yeah,
What?
It's a little slight head change. Yeah,
That's a little slight head change.
get-
I'd be fucking out food for a week.
if you get to the 25 milligrams, it's a little bit, a little bit more. And then the michelada and the chichelada, right? The michelada got 25 milligrams, and the chichelada, which is from Cheech, that got 50 milligrams. So that's the one that's got the full.
What's the
effect.
equivalent? Like a fifth of vodka or what? Like,
That's a great question. I don't know what the comparison is, but it's for someone that
boys
doesn't do it a
upstairs,
lot.
Look it up.
For someone that doesn't do it a lot, it's a lot.
Oh hell yeah.
50 milligrams. Hell
That's
yeah.
what.
You'll feel
bro.
it.
It's good if you're not an alcoholic. You could just drink one of those.
Yeah.
And you'll feel like an alcoholic.
Fuck yeah.
Well, you'll feel high in a different way.
Do you feel, B, that the liquid infused is different than the edible infused? Do you find that any different?
I haven't really paid attention enough to
Because
that. And truthfully, I don't do a lot of edibles right now, so except for the gel caps.
I've kind of found that the liquids hit me quicker. I don't know if it gets in your system quicker.
Could be the liquids hit you quicker because it's going right in and it doesn't have to dissolve like the gel cap does.
Right.
The gel cap takes 2 hours.
Right. So
Or however long the time is that it takes you to digest and that gel cap to dissolve in your belly, man.
It's just going
Usually it's 2 hours.
It's going right to your liver.
Gel
You
cap,
got it
man.
fucked up
So-
real quick.
Yeah, it's like there's 2 different type of gel cap that you could do. One is RSO, Rick Simpson oil, and then which is THC processed with alcohol, and they give this to cancer
Okay.
patients and whatnot, right? Then there's the solventless hash oil, which is pressed, so there's no alcohol in it. It's straight pure THC and all that. Pretty goddamn strong. So like you take that in a gel cap, right? Takes about 2 hours to dissolve in your stomach, and then you go on the ride. You know what I'm saying? So you don't got to drink like, a few like several of those cans to get
to where you need to be.
Yes, exactly. It takes longer, but when it hits,
Yeah.
it's significant. Whereas this, you can drink it and it'll hit faster, but it's not going to have the same smash unless you drink like 10 of those.
You're gonna have the fucking donkey kick for
Yeah.
sure.
And then you got to burn off all them calories
Looks
you put
happy.
on because of the sugar. All right, what else you got?
We got a MZ up in here saying one titty popped off the side of the road, B, at the exit ramp.
She got a titty burst happening in here.
That's lopsided.
We've been, petitioning to call over easy titties out. I'd like my eggs titties out, please. How's that sound?
Yo, Trace see titties everywhere. He just everything turns into titties for him.
Thanks, Les.
Stop psychoanalyzing that dude.
Trace is something else.
Oh boy.
Actually, speaking of Trace, we got to talk to him. We're kind of concerned about your little Coca-Cola problem, but you must also have a little salt problem as well.
Oh yeah, this salt.
Oh, here we go.
Oh,
Watch
my
how much
God.
salt
Look
he
at this
dumps.
salt. Hey, how much did you put more ash or salt into those tacos?
Nah, you gotta do it backwards, Gene. It's the salt, then the lemon, so it can kind of dissolve in that motherfucker.
But I didn't know that the salt was really going to come out like that. And as I was doing it, I could hear B and Sen both going, "Damn! Look at all the salt."
I could see the
How
inflammation
about some
happening.
tacos with that salt?
But they were bomb.
Yeah, it's very, very salty.
Inflammation and all.
Yeah.
My lord.
Yeah, my ankles swelled up.
Swollen ankles, dog. Fuck.
Oh man.
Oh man, I knew the
We
ridicule.
got to cut that. Salt and Coke. All right. We got two. That's extremely different ends, but
Got to die of something. That's the way I look at it.
yeah, apparently two things, right? All right.
We got the Consequence saying he made some homemade super burgers, lettuce, tomato, onion, and extra pickles. On the side, he has some barbecue chicken wings.
All right.
Bring it.
What's that Coke spice thing? What's that?
Something you don't need, Trace.
Saying
You
that's the
leave that,
new Coca-Cola.
Really?
Settle down.
you leave that alone.
Spicy.
You already drink too much Coke.
Little backyard.
Check
burger.
that out.
Now he wants spicy.
That shit has tahini in it.
Yeah.
We got a Mizzle 10 up in here. He's saying good times this weekend with the wifey and Chef Pat at Club 82. It was fun playing pinball and arcade games.
Right on.
Wow, salute.
Going to the arcade every now and then ain't bad. They got some new fucking crazy games. Pinball. I never really got down, like, I didn't love pinball, you know what I'm saying? Trace, you strike me as the pinball guy.
I am. I do dig pinball, and out in Vegas, they got the Pinball Museum. Every single pinball machine ever been made is in there, and you can actually go in there and play it. So if you're out in Vegas, go check out the Pinball Museum.
You ever see the Kiss pinball machine?
Yeah.
That shit is crazy.
1977, I think, that machine.
Evil Knievel.
Yeah, Evil's a big one, too. Remember the Playboy machines?
Yep.
Yeah.
All those.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, baby.
They had a dope Terminator one, too.
Yeah, the Terminator was sick.
We got a pond from the BeReal.tv website saying, my cousin wanted to show you his last harvest.
Look at that.
He's also saying it's an unknown strain.
She looking good, man. Damn. Nice job. Nice work.
Unknown strain.
Them ladies shining.
How do you know what the hell it? I mean, don't you know before you?
Not all the time.
What it is? Huh?
If somebody just gave you seeds and didn't tell you what it was.
Yeah.
If someone gave you a clone, they knew what they gave you. Yeah. If you forgot what it was, it's on you.
This next one's pretty good. We got Steph Tone up in here. He's saying this is Be Real playing bass in 311.
That's a good one, Steph Tone.
Well done.
If only had the skill.
With the don't trip hat, is that what it is?
I should have really learned how to play bass proper. I could fiddle with it.
Not
but
too late.
That's Peanut, right?
Yeah, that's Peanut. Nah, it's too late for my hands, man. I don't want to go through all that shit. You got to build up the strength in your hands to like work the neck. The pick hand ain't so much, or the
callus on your fingers and shit.
Yeah, and just the strength of like, pressing down on them damn strings for, whatever lines you're doing. I mean, I could do it, but there's no way I could.
You play any instruments?
Well, I fiddle with the bass and percussions and shit like that. I like play small shit. If I have an idea, I could play it for the one who can actually play it better, and then they do it.
For sure.
Know what I'm saying?
Fuck yeah.
Like, here's the idea, and then they'll take that idea
Go
and
from there.
make it better. Yeah. I could at least do that. All right.
We got Mike saying, yo, I saw this on stank-ass KTLA. Shout to Dre. Saying Dr. Dre to get star right next to Snoop Dogg on Hollywood Walk of Fame.
As it should be. Give him a round for the doc. Legendary.
Great day.
I thought he already had it.
I thought he already had it for some reason too, yeah.
Well, hey, well-deserved, man, because, this man has put his flag down in the game and has been one of the tightest of all time. So
it's the DRE.
Salute to the DRE.
It is interesting that Snoop got it before Dre. Kind of interesting.
It happens like that. I mean, let's say, like in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, there's people that you would think that would have been in there many years back. Some people still waiting 30, 40, 50, 60 years to get it.
Sen, who are a couple of those bands that you were talking about that still haven't got into the rock? That you mentioned a couple of them. Who are like the shocking ones that aren't in?
Iron Maiden.
Yeah. Ozzy Osbourne.
Ozzy isn't in yet?
Yeah, he's barely getting nominated to go in this year.
Come on.
And how the hell
Thank you.
is it just now that we're seeing him as an option?
On the ballot and shit.
He should have been an option like 100 times.
Come on.
In the last 10 years. And I've seen the ballots because I vote on them. You know what I mean? And this is like the first time since I've been on the board that I've seen Ozzy's name there. And I'm like, how the hell is he not already in? With Black Sabbath and his own shit. Like, he should be in there twice already. But, hey, I think he's going to go in this time. So, I'm rooting for you, Ozzy Osbourne. This is one of my influences. I loved Ozzy, you know what I mean? Before I knew hip-hop, I knew Black Sabbath. So there. Next.
We got Brandon, the UPS man, saying, yo, out here doing a haul with 3 big-ass turkey vultures out here in Gilroy.
Oh, yeah. There's a bunch of them in the valley.
Damn.
He's saying the wingspan can easily go 5 to 6 feet.
Yeah, there's some big birds, Damn.
Them things will snatch like a little chihuahua walking down the street,
For sure.
like it's nothing, or a cat walk by and just snatch it.
Turkey vulture?
Maybe not but those size birds, they're aggressive, man.
Well, definitely looking for rodents.
They're like scavenger.
Yeah.
They feed off of whatever somebody else.
They see a dead coyote right there.
Vultures.
They feeding off of it. There's a bunch by the Van Nuys Airport that they fly around there for some reason. All right.
We got Johnny up in here saying, "Yo, I'll see you guys in the portal. Got the day off."
So I went on a ride last night. Pedro went with us, you know what I mean? And we were with the LA Riders, Eric Bobo, DJ Flick, myself, and the LA Riders. And we took Pedro with us. And he hadn't rode a bike in a long time. And he took the cartoon bike. Because I have two of my bikes here. One of them is the cartoon bike. That's the heavy bike. And we did like 15 miles last night. We started at 8, didn't get back here till about 11. And we rode up the 6th Street Bridge. You know what I mean? And none of us have gears. It's all
one speed.
One speed. And Pedro was trucking up that goddamn bridge with that bike, bro.
Legs started burning a
His
little
legs
bit.
was burning, bro. We were all up there, we were all waiting. We're like, hey, everybody did good. Hey,
Balls are numb.
Hey, where's Pedro? And we look back, and Pedro's trucking it up with that heavy ass bike, man. I'm sorry you had the heavy bike, Pedro.
You gave him cartoons of the gold one with the gold wheels.
He looked good.
He looked great.
He looked good. But he was in pain, bro. Oh, man. We were like, at every point, we were like, you okay back there, Pedro? Ooh, I'm glad I didn't take that bike. And, on Bobo's first ride, that's the bike he took, I think. He took Cartoon's bike.
Let me ask you, why don't they make those bikes with gears and shifts and shit?
Well, they could, but that bike is just meant to be cruised like on the beach or on the street. It's not meant to do a gnarly ass ride where you're going uphill.
Those aren't 20-mile a day bikes.
Those ain't path bikes.
Right.
You ain't gonna ride a path on that bike. It's basically meant to look cool on, and it's cool, but to go on a ride we went on last night, Pedro could tell you, he's right there. How hard was it, Pedro? He said just the bridge.
Just the bridge?
Yeah. And that's the main part, because you going up there one speed. You can't change a gear to make it easier for you.
Numb balls.
Hey, but salute to Pedro, because look, here's the thing.
He's here.
He's here. He made it. His legs were jelly, but he made it. And look, the other thing is that most people would have jumped off that bike on that bridge and walked it up. He trucked it. He wasn't going to be embarrassed
with cameras.
He couldn't be seen like that, dog.
No, he could not.
Por favor.
Yeah, he's like, there's no way they're going to watch me walk this bike up. Huh? Took him a little bit, but he got up there. I wish we had video of it. It would have been great. The next one.
We got Ruby up in here saying, "Good afternoon from my corner of the world to all the 5150s in the insane asylum." Shout to you guys.
Salute to you. Thank you for being here with us.
How you doing?
And let's see up in here. Next up in here, we got a Smokestack Mac again. Won another $500 off some scratch-offs.
Look at Smokestack Mac. He's winning money. What, this is the second week?
Yeah, second or third one.
Third week, yeah.
Nice.
Good for you, man. Keep on it.
All the way out in New York. And let's see. That seems to be it so far, B.
All right. Thank you for your submissions.
Scratchers.
Come to brealtvcontest@gmail.com, and we will put them on, as you might know. Today is National what? Because this is National Day every day.
Every day, though. Something all.
Yeah, so today is 3 national days, right? Baked Scallops Day. So if you like scallops, today's the day you should go have them. Who makes these fucking days? All right. But those look delicious. I don't really like scallops, but I would try one.
Sure.
It's National Girl Scout Day, so I would imagine there's cookies being sold all over the place.
They got me good last week.
How good did they get you?
They got me for 4 boxes. And I'm one of those guys that still think like
You try to avoid and not make any eye contact, though, don't you?
no, I was all about it, but like I'm still thinking it's 1970 whatever, and these boxes of cookies are like $2 a piece.
What?
I get 5
What
boxes.
world are you living
And the
in?
little girl says to me, that'll be $48. I said, what?
Did you pull back the 4 and take one? Is
No,
that what you
I
did?
gave her the card. The whole time I was like, did I just pay $50 for cookies? Like, what the hell did I just do?
$2 a box.
No, those days are over.
Yeah, those days been over too. Like in the 70s,
Yeah,
Trace.
they're gone.
Those days been over since the 70s. You know what I'm saying? It's also National Working Moms Day. So salute to the working moms. That's a good one right there.
Titties out.
Spearmint Rhino.
Titties out.
Spearmint Rhino.
Yeah, all the
strip
working
clubs are
moms.
working today.
All the working moms.
All the working moms.
Let's go celebrate them.
I'm sure they're being celebrated now, showered with dollar bills.
Salute you.
Yeah, man.
Working moms.
Hey, I don't know if you guys saw this shit on the news today. If you're a Southern California resident and you're a Lakers fan, the stank ass announced it today that on Kobe's statue, the new statue, that they got all kinds of spelling errors of
Jose Calderon and all kinds of shit spelled wrong.
What?
Calderson.
Yeah.
Oh.
Vom Wafer.
Decision.
Yeah.
Decision. Decision. Oh, that's in Italian, big dog.
Yeah. It's like, who the hell looked at this and said, "Hey, we're good to go"?
Vom
That
Wafer.
was not me, B.
Yeah, that would seem like that would seem like a Bolton, call. Yeah, this looks good. Go ahead.
So is that like a screen or that?
No,
comes
this
off and
is
on?
the like carved stone on his statue.
Oh, word.
It's pretty goddamn embarrassing, man.
In all fairness,
How do you replace this?
You say that.
Well, they're gonna come fix it, but I mean,
There's a way to fix everything.
What are you going to do? You put a plaque on top of it?
maybe they sand it all the way down and
Sand it
recarve.
down, put some new concrete.
There's a bunch of errors on the Stanley Cup. A bunch of names that have been misspelled on the big hockey
Well,
cup.
they're like, "Fuck you, we ain't changing none of that."
They're not changing that. Yeah, but there's errors on that cup as well too. How'd you like to be? You finally get your name on the Stanley Cup and they misspell your name.
Yeah, but see, the Lakers can't be having mistakes like this about
But
the
on
Mamba.
something so forever, right? Like nobody double check, triple check, nothing.
That's what I'm saying. Like, who the hell looked at it and said, "Yeah, this is good to go"?
This goes.
Von
Wafer.
Yeah, because it took a lot of people to put that statue there,
what
so
wafer?
they didn't notice that shit. It's all good.
Yeah, no, man.
Devin
George.
That one's wrong too, right?
That one's wrong too. Yeah, Devin George. I believe his name was Devan, right?
Yeah, I don't think that's how you spell Devin George. Just look it up. Brian
Yeah.
Cook, that's how you spell Sasha Vujacic. Yup. Luke Walton, Devin Green, Andrew Bynum. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think Devin George is wrong.
Yeah, it's
though.
Devean.
Oh, it is that.
Oh, it is that.
Oh, he must have changed it.
That's why you got to go.
That's
to school,
crazy
man.
because I don't remember it being Devean. All right, I guess it is.
Fuck it. All right.
Yeah, but that's horrible, man. Like, that's like if someone passed, which Kobe did, right? And they got the headstone wrong.
Dog, if you guys had a statue, what would your pose be, dog? Fucking.
Well,
I don't know.
I think we'd be
fucking rolling and shit. What would your pose be, big dog?
I think we'd be flipping birds. Like that's the number one go-to of all time for us. You know what I'm saying? Because we hated taking pictures.
Yeah, you guys need a statue for sure, dog.
Somewhere.
Where would you put it at?
Send Dog's front door.
In the living room.
So when everybody walks into the crib, with the waterfall.
It has to have a waterfall and then like alligators going around it.
Trickling down the cheek like it's the sweat from the stage.
Fuck. Yeah.
It's a good concept, no?
Yeah, no, I think you guys need a statue, dog.
And Trace in the back.
In front of the shop. In front of the shop. In front of the shop. In front of the shop.
Yep.
Some right there.
Gonna have to, figure that one out. Shit. Yeah, that's crazy though that they made these mistakes on Kobe's statue, but apparently they're gonna fix them. They should.
Yeah,
because to leave it, that would be boof.
They're like, well, they have 3 more times to get it right.
Yeah. right?
He's having like 5 of those fucking things, right? Like his like 5 statues in
I think so, yeah.
4 or 5 of them. That's crazy.
Those damn dropouts.
Yup, it was one of us who did that.
For real. Yeah, it was something.
Goddamn dropouts.
Decisión.
Looks good to me.
Looks great.
There's like the word is right above it, dog. You couldn't just
Good
look
to
up and
go.
be like, I'm fucking up.
Thumbs
It
up.
was the same word above it, dog. He was like, yeah, that looks right.
Yeah. This must be right. I see it twice.
Hello.
Yeah, man.
I'm just glad that guy's not doing surgery, bro.
Yeah.
That'd be a wrap, dog, you know?
Man.
You took off the wrong leg, big dog.
Yeah. Straight up, man.
We
That
took
was
off
a
the-
big fucking ball drop right there. I
They
mean,
amputate the one that works.
and this is the fuck shit about it, right? Like when they put this statue up, the day that they put it up, fans weren't allowed to go see it.
No, they had the tent, right? They had the big ass tent.
And it was only for family and the Lakers organization. And the next day at 10 in the morning is when you could come see it. How did it take this long for them to report that the spelling issues that they had on there?
I think the people that saw it probably just didn't say shit. You know, they were just like, let's just let it roll and then roll out the mistakes in a few weeks, you know?
But like, what if you were one of the guys that was there for the event, and like it's one former player,
Or
there.
you're the guy that
Yeah.
you're that guy.
You misspelled my name, guys.
I mean, why not delay it, right? I mean, because they had to have seen it. There's no way they didn't see
But
it.
there wasn't going to be another date like that.
Yeah, you're right.
224.
They had to rush it.
So it had to be on that day.
That was the karma, man. Rushing that shit to get it on that date.
know?
That they got it wrong and they have to fix it.
I mean, they could have done it, August 24th. That would have been 8/24, but they wanted to put Gigi's.
Oh, that would have been
Gigi's
good.
number in there. So
See, I would imagine that was probably the original plan. What you said,
8/24?
8/24, but because of Gigi, they flipped the date, and they didn't have that time to fix it at that point. That was done deal.
fucking
Well,
caveman had already fucking etched it up.
yep, the caveman carved it. You know what I'm saying? Captain Carveman. You know what I'm saying?
Imagine being that guy, dog.
What do you mean it's a wrong? That's what you told me to put on it.
Imagine the phone call.
His notes.
Hey, you not?
Oh, was that an E? I thought it was an A.
Yeah,
Come on, how do
what
you
if
fuck it up, dog?
Yeah, I just went by what they gave me. Imagine that, right?
Yeah.
Like, well, who gave you that? Oh man,
He did.
He did.
Everybody's pointing at each other.
I didn't have my glasses.
That's some crazy shit, man. That's some crazy shit. Hey guys, did you know on this day in 1940, Al Jarreau was born? Happy birthday, Al Jarreau. We just told the story about Al Jarreau the other day. Like, I don't know if y'all see this, but there's a documentary on the making of We Are the World.
I did see it.
Do you remember the part they were
great.
saying that, like,
Great.
that they were at the Grammys and they grouped everybody up to go to the studio?
Yeah.
Al Jarreau had been drinking through the Grammy ceremony, so he is like drunk.
He was fucking lit.
And then he was drunk. He was drinking even more at the
You're getting
session.
more bottles of wine.
Yeah, he ordered more bottles of wine. So when it came to his time, he held up the session by like maybe an hour because he was so drunk. He kept trying to get it right.
Imagine that. Like, imagine a session like that now, dude.
Yeah. Oh, you'd get thrown out. Forget this motherfucker. Let's get somebody else. Or that's genius.
At the end,
You know what I mean?
is gonna be always genius.
He's, the maybe the first mumble rapper, man.
Well, let me ask you this.
Because
Quick
he
question.
was mumbling them lines first.
If you guys were to put a We Are the World record now, who would be your top 10 people that you would call for that?
Bono.
Bono?
You're asking great questions today. Are you talking about in the general music form or hip hop?
It's whoever, dude. It's
Or
whoever,
just whoever.
because in that documentary it was Belafonte, right? Well, he was the one that I guess kind of someone put it together, and then it was man, his name's fucking
There was the initial guys were
from the Commodores.
Lionel Richie.
Lionel Richie, right? So he
Yeah.
started making all the calls.
Yeah, so Belafonte calls him,
Mhm.
and then he calls Quincy and Michael Jackson.
Yeah.
And those three guys start initially writing and creating the song, and then they wanted to talk to Stevie Wonder, but he was like not present, and
He doesn't
was
answer and shit.
He wasn't returning the
Yeah,
calls
he doesn't
back.
answer.
So they wrote the song without him. And then he gets there, you know, he's kind of like, you know, weirded out by that. And like, well, you know, we had to write the song. So, but they end up
calling though. Who you calling?
Who am I calling?
Who you calling? Who you guys calling?
Today?
Top 10. If you,
Top
you know, like
10.
I'm making to pick
First
5
of
and
all-
5.
first-
5 and 5, dog.
First of all, I'm gonna change the title and we're gonna call it "Fuck the World." Not We
Okay,
Fuck the World.
that's fair. That's fair.
And all the
Okay.
money goes to fucking the world.
All the money goes to fucking the world. All right.
All the money goes to fucking the world. So top 5. Top 5.
Well, but see, then you would have to get artists that are like willing to fuck the world. But if we go by the original premise, sorry,
The original
if
premise.
we go
yeah,
with
of
the
course.
original
You
premise.
call it whatever, but the original
I'd be
premise
that-
is help.
I'd probably call Kendrick Lamar, J. Cole,
Drake.
For the
Drake.
Drake.
Did you say Drake?
That's his favorite.
Well, that's
I don't know.
part.
Would you
That's
say
part.
Drake?
No, I thought you said
That's
Drake. No,
that's
I
part
thought
of
you
his
said-
10.
Somebody said Drake.
He said Drake.
I said Drake.
You said Drake.
No,
Okay.
you save your 10.
I
over
made,
there.
said your
I made my voice like sin though. So,
Okay, so you got Kendrick, you got J. Cole.
Yeah, Kendrick, J. Cole. Let's see who else. You got to throw Taylor Swift in there because
He's throwing Taylor in there. Okay,
she can affect the world, son.
the money's coming in for sure.
Beyonce. Let's see.
Jay-Z.
Jay-Z. Yeah. You would have to throw in Jay-Z. So that's what, 5?
5. You got 5.
Got 5. Okay, I need 5 more. Mary J. Blige. Mariah Carey. Let's see who else.
You got 3 spots left, dog.
I got 3 spots left. Who am I fucking with on the
You could
3
bring.
spots?
You could even bring back somebody from the dead. Whatever you want to do, dog.
Zombie.
Who's gonna sing with them? Shit, I don't know.
Swifty. and
We'll bring
Beyonce.
Michael Jackson back. Fuck it.
All right.
Dad, you said you could bring him back from the dead.
Featuring.
And Prince, but he wouldn't sing with none of them. So
he wouldn't come out.
he would not come out. But that's who he'd be 8 or 9 right there.
He'd be 8
right?
or 9.
And let's see who else.
As the feature
As the feature, I don't know.
or the special guest.
Marvin Gaye.
Damn. That's a cool one. Sam, what do you got?
Nothing near that good, man.
He'd be like Sin, Dog.
Nah,
Sin.
not really, man. I would say Gwen Stefani and that dude she's married to.
Blake.
Blake Shelton. That's 2.
Throw them up in there.
That's interesting.
And the rest is like, I don't know.
The 85 Bears.
Ed Sheeran.
Ed Sheeran.
Sheeran.
Damn, I never see that coming, dog.
Throwing names out
I
there,
would've
man.
never
I'm just
seen-
whatever.
But the fact that name came up, Sin, like,
where is
I
this
fuck
coming
with it,
from?
dog. I fuck with it.
I don't know.
Next, you're gonna
That's
tell
his
me.
playlist. That's his Spotify playlist
Next,
right
hey,
there, big
hey,
dog.
next he's gonna fucking mention Darius Rucker and Hootie and the Blowfish.
Let's go.
Right? Is that part of your?
Nah,
Don't lie,
Wait,
fucker.
Nah, dog, nothing like
She been
that.
on all night.
See, I thought it was gonna be like metal bands or something like that. You know?
It can be, dog. Put
Well, you didn't
Metallica
pick
up
'em.
there, put Metallica
Yeah,
up
you were
there.
over there. Got
I'm just
Gwen
thinking- I'm
Stefani
just
and
thinking
Blake.
commercial artists, like like the big time names, whatever.
Yeah, but
You put Metallica up there and Anthrax.
There you
put
go.
the big 4 up there, and that should equal 10 people, right?
all right. That's fair
good.
enough. How about you, Les?
Man, I probably get like Cheech and Chong.
That's an interlude, or it's just like
Nah,
them
they
singing
could sing.
Sing a song, okay.
Yeah, they sing.
They actually do sing, kind of.
I'll get Eddie Murphy. He could sing.
All right, comedians that could sing. I see where you're going. Comedians that sing.
Yeah.
That was a big record in there.
All right, that's 3, dog.
I'll get Janet Jackson.
Okay,
Okay.
Good one.
okay.
Yeah, and I'll probably get 50 Cent because he could sing. He's good with the choruses and stuff.
Interesting.
They don't got to
That's
sing either. Just
That's
it's,
fine.
it's whatever they do, right?
Yeah, it's whatever they want to do. But
50, okay.
It'd be an
Did you say
interesting.
Drake was in your top 5 still, right?
yeah, Drake, you could throw him in there.
That's 6.
Even though he might forget his verses and shit, but you know. it's all good.
Okay, that's 6.
Uh,
You need 4 more, Papa.
get Busta Rhymes.
Okay,
Damn.
dope.
Okay.
And then I'll probably get like Queen Latifah.
Queen Lassa.
Oh,
Throw
she's
some
bringing the
vocals
power.
in there
She's bringing
singing, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Just the other day. So that's it, right?
All right.
That's a Save the World record right there. You, Perrito, what's up?
I liked a lot of your guys' choices, and like when you talk about the the big hitters in the women categories. I would add like Sade to that list, kind of bring her out. You know what I mean? People would be like, whoa, Sade even came out for this.
Yeah.
Sade on that.
With no shoes. Shit.
I would include Missy Elliott for as far as lady hip hop. You know,
that's a good one. That's a good one.
That's a good one.
Because Missy, you can't say Missy doesn't bring it. You know, for every performance. So Missy,
okay.
I like the idea of bringing in Metallica for sure. Metallica would be dope. I would definitely bring Chuck and Flav as well from Public Enemy.
Yeah, that makes sense.
You know, so
that makes sense.
Combination of your guys and those right there. I think we got a hit, gentlemen. I think we got a hit.
Nice. Word up. Hey, look, let me remind you, we got a mix show after this show, Real Psycho, all right? We're going to pop them turntables off, so join us on Twitch, B_Real TV is that place, all right? If you're there right now watching us, stay locked in, and we will begin right after this show. And if you're on YouTube and you don't want to go to Twitch, BeReal TV 2 is the channel to check out our mixes. And thank you to everybody that's been coming to us and checking out our mixes, all right? And remember that this Friday, Dr. Greenthumb Show starts at 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, 5 Eastern, all right? So make note of that if you ain't knowing, all right? We're about to open up the doors to the Insane Asylum. That means y'all got a comment, question, shout out, suggestion. We're here for it.
Welcome to the Insane Asylum.
All right, let's do this. We got Brian up in here asking Concrete, how long did it take you to get to 45 minutes of material? And is 5 minutes a struggle for beginners?
Shit, hell yeah, 5 minutes is a struggle, dog. 5 minutes on stage when you stand up is a fucking eternity. And it's an eternity times 2 if you're bombing. I've bombed before, plenty of times, and that shit sucks. It took me about, to get to 45 minutes, it probably took me about, I want to say like a good solid year. A good solid year for me to come up with something that I went and, sparred at different, different comedy joints, just kind of like, some open mic group type of shit that I would just go and try new material. And then, so it probably took me about a good year.
When you had the bombs, how badly did it affect your confidence level, or did you just like wipe it?
The first one I threw in the towel for. I was like, I'm done. And then, I went back and then I went and bombed at some other show right here at Oxnard Levity Live.
You was crying a little bit?
Oh, dog, that shit sucks. Fool. Like, I was doing my thing and I had said some joke about a lady in a wheelchair, fool, and there was a lady in a wheelchair right now. And I knew it was bad.
She was like this.
She didn't even, she rolled away.
Get me out of here.
Nah, it was fucked up, and then, during that same set, dog, I said some other shit and some dude was like, is this supposed to be fucking funny? And immediately, dude, I went to concert hosting mode. I was like, ladies, make some fucking noise. And what I'm saying? Like, I just tried to switch up the whole shit.
Yeah.
Ran off stage and I was about to go home. My boy's like, hey, you can't leave. I was like, I'm out, dog. I'm done. It's like, no, dude, you're hosting the whole show. And I'm like, dog, that's an hour and 90 minutes. I got to go up here again, dog?
Oh, man.
Like, just go up there, man, and stop doing the shit you just wrote. Do the shit that we talked about, the shit that we already worked on. You know what I'm saying? Like, go back out there. And,
right.
Man, thank God I did it, because if not, man, I probably would be sitting here with you.
Well, salute to homie, because, man, he put you back on the right track.
Oh, hell yeah. Dude. Fuck yeah.
It's all about guidance, man. If you have the right people guiding you in the right direction that see, what you're trying to do.
It helps the bomb, though. It helps.
It does. It helps you grow. I mean, it could break you, but, if you don't let it break you, it helps you to grow. You know what not to do after that point.
Yeah, it's like being at a rap battle and just getting fucking destroyed.
Yeah.
Yep. Like where you don't even want to go. Like, it's your turn and you don't even want to go no more. You know what I'm saying?
I'm done.
I'm done.
Yeah. I wonder how many rappers, in a battle like that, have just bowed out, like, I ain't even going. Because I already know this motherfucker wiped me right now.
Did you ever battle?
Here and there, but not like that.
Yeah.
No, we mostly did.
That's a sport, huh? Like, that's like a different sport, huh? Like,
it is. It's a different muscle. We've battled other people on records, like with beefs and shit like that, but never like a face-to-face, let's battle out type of thing.
Yeah, like your mama jokes type of shit, like they're on the spot type,
I would have, if I would have applied myself to that, I would have totally got into it because I like that shit. They used to watch King of the Dot a lot, which is, based off of the battles. And then there was another battle league too, where some of the guys use beats.
Yeah.
Or some of the leagues use beats and some of them it's a cappella, but Man,
Latin America's really big on that shit, and Mexico's huge on those rap battles. Motherfuckers
Yeah.
selling stadiums just for rap battles.
there's some really badass motherfuckers out there, like popping
Killing
bars off on each other like crazy.
Yeah.
Salute to all the battle rappers out there, man.
That's right, Bevel.
We got the Gooch saying, "Yo, Concrete, I love your skits and keep grinding, bro."
Hell yeah. Thank you, Gooch. Appreciate that, Paritz.
We got Eskabum saying, "Send dog, Josh Jacobs is coming to my Packers."
And so what?
That's my send off
There you
right
go.
there.
Hey, what do you think about what do you think about Russell going over to the Steelers?
So what?
There you go.
So what?
He got waived though, right?
I believe so. Yeah.
He signed for a year.
That's
I mean,
crazy.
You
that
know,
they waived him.
Was that like a? You think that's just like a tax write-off for them, or do they really want him to go out there and play?
They want to see if there's anything left in him.
Tank.
You know what I mean?
It's crazy.
If he balls out this next year, they might give him a couple more years.
He's
I personally think that he has a lot of ball left in him.
yeah. He's a ring. He's a ring holder, man.
Just
you
not
know?
in the right situation and predicament at the correct moment in time for him to flourish. But that might just happen under Mike Tomlin.
Yeah, like in the right system, he could
right
still be successful.
Yeah.
Right now, in the system that he just left, there was no way he could be successful. It wasn't a system geared towards him.
Yeah, and I wasn't being a D for no reason. Josh Jacobs, thanks you for 3 great years that he put in at running back, but they don't want to keep him. He's got to go somewhere else. So he's
got to go get his money.
Go get his money and get his playing time somewhere else, and that's what it is. Like, would I want him to stay on my team? Of course I would. Every fan feels the same way. So there it is with that. Peace up, Josh Jacobs.
And we got Alex Beta from Canada. He's asking, why are some shows with no VIP or meet and greet passes like Victoriaville on June 28th?
I'm not sure. It's a case by venue. Because usually we do meet and greets everywhere. So it could be an issue with the venue. We'll look into that and see what happens. It might pop up.
We got Soul King talking to Concrete. Man, I hate when the Uber guy keeps talking.
Yeah, dog.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not bad. I don't hate it, but at 3 o'clock in the morning when you just fucking traveled for 18 hours, but you know?
Yeah.
For real.
That's what was cool about limousines back in the day is that partition.
Put the little window up.
Little partition. I remember Muggs used to do that to some of the drivers or whoever was sitting up front when they were talking too much.
It's the small talk,
Yeah.
It's the small talk that's crazy.
Some motherfuckers want to know what you do for a living. The last guy, I was like, yo, I'm an Uber driver.
It's my day off.
Yeah, just tell them whatever. Like, what the fuck?
Isn't there a thing in the profile setting where you can set it for like you don't want to talk?
Yeah, there is.
Like,
yes, but people ignore that. So when their driver, starts talking, I mean, it's your own fault because you didn't fucking set the setting. Like,
check the box.
Check the
fuck
box.
up.
Shut the fuck up.
The shut the fuck up box.
It's the Lloyd.
Yeah, it's also known as the shut the fuck up box.
I like that.
Because some people like being chatty, so they'll talk with their driver. I mean, that's why when you got Taxi Cab Confessions from HBO for so long, is because people get in the cab.
That shit was crazy.
And they talk amongst each other or talk to the cab driver, just like he's a bartender. You know what I'm saying? He or she is a bartender in that moment where you hear all their fucking problems. That was a crazy show.
That was a crazy show.
Sometimes the taxi driver would be subject to, the people fucking in the back of the cab. And they know they're being filmed because before you get in there, they tell you that, hey, we're filming this for a show. Are you cool? Sign this waiver.
It's happening right now. There's a show on Instagram in Vegas. A cat is a young, good-looking dude in Vegas. He's an Uber driver, and his whole premise of his pickups are picking up girls in Vegas late night from the clubs. It is absolutely hilarious. They pile into his car.
That's a good concept.
And he's got the cameras rolling in there. And like you said, he lets them know that we're filming, and it doesn't bother them. And he's on Instagram with it. I don't know what his name is, but it's basically like Taxi Cab Confessions.
He just took Taxi Cab Confessions and personalized it
exactly.
With my dude going to clubs, picking them hot chicks, and
you can only imagine
it being a hot mess in the back of the car.
It's all of that. It's all of that.
That would be a good show, Hot Mess.
And they are.
They are.
It's crazy. It's crazy, but it's hilarious.
Word up. All right.
And we got E up in here asking question for Concrete. Are you a fan of Polo Polo, the Mexican comedian?
Huge fan of that dude. Yeah, man. That was like the first time I had ever heard comedy like in the car with my dad, and it was on a tape. And I thought it was like talk radio, but my dad just kept laughing. I was like, man, what the fuck is this? And like once I got a little bit older, I started like
understanding
what they were talking about. I was like, yo, this shit's crazy. Like that's the first time I had ever heard about anything, sex, all that shit. You know what I'm saying? So it was man, that dude was amazing, man. One of the definitely one of the Mexican legends, man, that just will forever be fucking etched in Mexican comedy for sure.
That's what's up.
We got Bry asking, whatever happened to small comedy skits in hip hop? Really don't hear that anymore.
People got rid of sketches in hip hop, and in rap music. People just are more straightforward now and just song. Whereas you get someone like Psycho Les or a producer from that time, you might hear some transition pieces still, you know what I mean? But for the most part, when you put on a sketch or a skit, whatever, onto a song, you either have to make it one with the song or it's going to be considered a song in itself. Even if it's not anything musical, it's considered a piece and it's called something and it's a part of 1, 2, 3, 4 down to whatever songs you got. So if you got 10 songs and 5 sketches, guess what? On the album, it reads 15.
Yeah. J. Cole does that. He's put up a couple comedy sketches.
Yeah.
Like actual stand-up on his albums.
There's still people doing it here and there. It's just different than what you think.
The Elephants on Acid album was like that. There was a lot of interludes. I mean, that album had a lot of tracks on it.
Well, that's Muggs,
But there was a lot of 10-second, 20-second little interludes and segues.
Yeah, I mean when they're right, it brings an album together.
That's what
if it's just a bunch of shit thrown together just for the sake of having it, then there's no.
No, I gotta tell
there.
a story for sure.
Yeah.
Yep.
We got Panda up in here in the chat. He's saying Mad TV was SNL for Latinos. What are your guys' thoughts?
Yeah, a little bit more. Yeah, I guess and it was on the West Coast.
Yep.
But I mean, I don't think it was like straight driven for Latinos. I think they were trying to be, more across the board, but a lot of Latinos loved it.
Yeah. For sure. I mean, I don't think it was made for Latinos or, that Latino that grows up here in the States, speaking Spanish, whether you're Mexican or South, Central America, whatever.
Yeah.
But no, I mean, I don't think it was dedicated towards that. I think it was. They definitely did have a lot of different, people and sketches that catered to it,
Would you do a comedy sketch show for, let's just say, Comedy Central, like a Latino sketch show like that you're doing now, but like TV form?
Oh yeah,
they came at you.
Yeah. I mean, we've had a couple of talks with different, different networks, but I think if you coming to me to do this shit, like, why would I give you the creative authority over it? You know what I'm saying? Like, if you like what I do now, why would you take away the creative authority from me? You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I think that's what I'm trying to hold on to. And if I got to keep doing it for people on Instagram, then I'll keep doing it for people on Instagram. But it's,
do it on Netflix.
Yeah, but it's my shit. You know what I'm saying? And that's really what I want it to be. I mean, I don't mind having help and writers.
But
I do have a team already that helps me write this shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Helps me punch, sketches or do stuff like that. But I think that's, just like anything, though. Like, I think that's the struggle, is just keeping the creative freedom, dog.
Right. Keeping the creative control, too.
Like, creative freedom, creative control. And, at the end of the day, like, there's going to be shit that I just don't want to touch. And, y'all got to be cool with that.
That's right.
It is what it is.
We got Josh saying, yo, Send Dog Tuesdays are back, baby. And Sen, you should ask Orange County Choppers to custom make a Send Dog bike. The handlebars could be a set upon a top hat.
A set upon a top hat. Set upon a top hat.
He's talking about Paul Sr. and Paul Jr. building you a bike.
Oh, word.
Orange County.
Oh, like that TV show from back.
Yeah,
Hey,
Senior.
Paul and Paul.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. Do you know him? Hook it up. Make it happen.
No, he's expected you to make the call down there. Like, hey, guys, I'm Send Dog. I need you to make me a bike.
Yeah, because getting a bike from Indian isn't already enough.
Yeah, they're going to be like, who?
There it is. That's what it was right there. Oh, damn. Fuck.
That's Big Pool.
Ray says he gets angry a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is a good show.
He's as angry as that brocha right there. You know?
We actually came across him one day. I don't know if you remember, B. We were
Yeah, we
coming
did.
to a hotel. He was coming out, and Dougie was like, "Hey, come here, man, take a picture." And all of a sudden, made us group together right quick, and Dougie got the picture or something. And
With Senior?
yeah.
He's actually pretty cool.
That was dope.
Next up in here, we got Gavin Newsom. He's in the chat. He's saying, today I signed the Reyes Law. It states that Send Dog must be present for Send Dog Tuesdays unless he's sick or he's shooting a badass video.
Wow.
That's the governor said.
So it's the first time Sen's
What's
been
that
back
over
in
there?
2 weeks. Why don't you tell everybody what happened on the way home the other night, leaving the show?
When Trace fucked up and got me pulled over by the
No.
highway patrol.
No. Sen got
Yeah.
pulled over the other night driving home from the show, 115 miles an hour on Highway 15.
Someone was in a hurry.
Yeah. But the craziest part about it was that we had just lit up a 10 milli joint, and that thing, the whole car was hotboxed, red and blue lights behind us. We tossed the joint, and it was like something out of a Cheech and Chong movie. So Sen pulls over underneath this fluorescent lamp on the side of Highway 15. The cop comes up right up to my passenger window, roll down your window, and he sticks his head right in the car. The smoke is blowing around his face and up his ears and over his hat. It looked like he was on fire. And he didn't even mention the weed, could care less about him. Asked Sen, were you speeding? Sen told him the truth and said, yeah, I was. Dude comes back to the car. What did he do, Sen?
It's a 75 mile an hour.
75 and a 65 rode him up. Hit him at 115 and rode him up for 75.
Sounds like you got lucky, man.
I don't know if it was quite 115.
That's what he said.
Wow.
Oh, 115.
I mean,
Are
does
You know, that's a bad combination.
That's no 115.
That's what he said.
Really.
I didn't even know that mattered. Like, if you over, you over.
No, at one point it's reckless driving.
Well, I thought
they-
115 is a
that's
fucking
crazy.
felony.
Yeah,
dog.
that's a felony. They could
that's a
take you to
felony.
jail, yeah.
Without a doubt, he said 115 we were doing.
He recognized who you were and said, you know what, we're going to give this dude a break.
He was
Right.
super
Had
cool.
Because there's no way.
We were floating. The car was tacked out.
Especially when smoke is blowing out and they know what kind of smoke it is.
Oh.
You
So
know what I'm saying?
and then we're in the car. We're getting pulled over. The cop jumps right on me, right? And I got to tell you that Trace failed me as a co-pilot because by the time he told me there was a cop there, I looked and it was right on the side of me, like right there. He should have noticed that from earlier, but that's neither here nor there.
So he saw you going and he caught up with you
It's
just
my
to
fault.
give you.
So he gets behind me. I'm in the left lane, and Trace is telling me, "Get out of this lane. Get out of this lane. You get out of the fast lane." I'm like, "What difference does it make now?" He's gonna pull us over.
He was
anyway.
on us.
So whatever.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Sounds like y'all were both slipping.
every time we get together in the car, we get pulled over by the cops. Every time.
Well, y'all look like some criminals. All right, next.
Thanks.
We got a Derek Mallory. He's saying concrete at one time sounded like Lloyd Banks from G Unit.
Is that what it is? Is that what it was? They said
The voice tone.
Yeah, they said I sound like the game and shit like that, but I never heard that. That's a new one right there. Lloyd Banks. Lloyd from G Unit.
Yeah.
Awesome.
He had a different style.
Yeah.
He was dope.
He
But
had a
like,
couple bangers.
Yeah,
He could write.
he was dope. My only thing with him was that thing he used to do where he goes, huh, in his voice when he didn't do that, but I'm saying there was
Which one? How
like,
again?
It was like a it's like a little change that he would have in his voice when he's doing a verse and then like to accentuate a line, he would flip some little thing and it would sound like a little high pitched thing he was doing in there. It was like hey, look, I study verses, man. And homie's like little thing, everything was dope. That was the only shit that bothered me. If you listen to a G Unit record, listen to his verses. And every now and then he's gonna have a little twist where his voice goes a little high.
Now I'm gonna pay attention to it.
It's not necessarily Peter Brady, but it's there. You know what I'm saying? All right.
We got Chris up in here saying concrete in the house. I'm still on my 90 days Perito. He's saying when your homies need a ride to work was the first skit I saw of yours, and I've been following you since.
Oh,
Shout
hell
to
yeah.
you.
Hell yeah. Thank you, man. Yeah, I was that one homie too. I have these skits where it's like the broke homie and how the broke homie asks for a ride type of shit.
Yeah.
So I was definitely that one guy and shit, Asking for rides back and forth from work and shit.
No doubt, Perrito.
Still learning. We got Sundog. Do you know someone named Roger?
Yeah, Roger Troutman.
Oh no, he's in the chat right now saying Sundog owes me money.
Oh damn.
Whatever.
They look.
Damn,
He's gonna
Roger.
continue to owe you money, big dog.
Good luck. Whatever. I don't know no Roger.
We got Dollar Bill up in here saying they put Dell instead of Bell on my grandfather's casket.
Damn.
That's that shit. And then when by the time you know it's already too late, like you can't postpone things of that nature, man. You know, like to correct something like that. That's fucked up.
Yeah, it's the same thing too. They etch it. They carve that shit in there.
We got first time chatter Gaming Sasha saying, yo, shout to Governor Be Real.
If you're lucky. I would never be a politician though, man.
Maybe mayor, not even mayor, a little like low key right there from the city.
You know, people have asked me about that, but it's like, man, it's a thankless job. And no matter what you do, you could never please everyone.
Yeah, well,
You know what I mean? And I don't really give a shit about pleasing everyone, but I just know, man, the smoke that comes with that, like, I don't want to deal with that shit. Governor? There's a whole lot more power in that. I'll change California, I promise you.
Got to move to Sacramento.
I think that's where he's at. I think that's where he's at.
I hire all the smartest motherfuckers
Yes, Governor.
instead of all these bozos running our shit.
I need a job, B.
Sorry,
I don't know what you can put me on, but I need a job.
Head of security.
Hey, whatever, man. I'm in. Yeah. It's not funny, Les.
I'm only kidding. I would never run. But if I did, I would hire smart people to do the right jobs, not some of these bozos that, you know, feeding off of our state and doing bozo shit. I mean, like, for instance, and it, you know, just real quick, because we got to get on to the next one. But, like, we spend, what, $6 million on this goddamn 6th Street Bridge? Or what was that, this ridiculous number?
Yeah,
to renovate the bridge and make it like a tourist thing? When you got so much other shit that money could have went to programs for youth, homeless, you know,
clearly,
yeah, like so many different things that could have money went into. They put it towards, you know, making this bridge nice. And what happened when that bridge opened? Everybody started going down there, like street takeovers,
the
donuts
bridge
on the
looks
bridge,
just like the last bridge already.
Yeah.
Looks worse.
People wilding out on the bridge.
They were climbing up the top with bicycles and stuff. It was like they were just assaulting the bridge.
Wilding out.
Yeah.
It's what you spent all our money on. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Come on.
Donuts. It looks the same already.
Nobody was more pissed than Estefan. He was pissed.
Yeah, I mean.
That was his bridge. They took his bridge from him.
Cool, make the bridge nice, but you didn't have to spend all that money on that shit. And then, like, it become a laughing stock because of, like, all the shit that happened the first couple months that bridge was opened.
People are still shooting on the other bridges that look similar to the last one.
Yeah,
know?
Now they're shooting on the other bridges, yeah.
They're just shooting on the other bridges now, dog. You know?
Yeah, but that was an iconic bridge to shoot from. Everybody shot videos up there or did some kind of photographs up there and shit.
Fuck. Yeah. If you were a rapper in the last 30 years here in the lake, you got a photo, a video there.
You ended up there with something.
You ended up something. Yeah, it's a part of everyone's music video. At one
it's
point,
LA.
You rap in LA.
That's like a staple point in LA.
It's a staple, dog. That's for sure.
Yep. All right, what else you got?
We got the Pope asking B and Send Dog, why didn't you do intro songs in the 90s?
What do you mean? Intro songs.
Yeah, what is that?
What does that mean?
You gotta let us know, Josh.
What does it mean to intro to the shows, or is it? I mean, we did intros.
Maybe he's talking about the intros to the songs that you guys were talking about.
To the album?
Yeah.
Or maybe an intro to the album, maybe? I don't know. We've never done that. There was always a song, then an interlude. But never, I don't remember us having an intro to any first starting song on the album. You know what I mean?
What does that mean?
Yeah, what does that even mean? All right.
Yeah, get back to us.
Por favor, dog.
We got a Jack/TV saying, yo, shout to Concrete. You're a real one.
Yo, what's up, Perito? For sure. Gracias.
And the last one so far, we got Hybrid Cypher saying, "And you don't stop, you keep on." What a beat nut song.
Oh, no doubt. Good looks, man. Yeah, that's a good one. Nice
Word up.
beat. Nice beat.
We want to thank you for your interactions. We want to thank you for your submissions. We thank you for the love and the positivity and the energy that you give us here to do this show and being a part of it with us. Salute to all y'all out there, man. And salute to Concrete for sitting here with us.
Thank you guys.
First of many times.
Oh,
You know
appreciate
what I'm
it,
saying? Congratulations with everything, brother. Keep pushing.
Thank you.
And one day you will be that movie guy, and we could sit here and say we heard him say it here.
Yeah.
Know what I'm saying? So just keep pushing, brother.
Dude, they say that when you go on Jimmy Fallon or when you go on these networks, you made it. This is my late night record, man.
Right, shit.
Thank you, guys,
I'll take
man.
that one.
I appreciate that, man. Now I feel like I definitely made it.
Word up, man. You got any shout outs you want to give?
Yeah, man. We feel really bad though. Before we got here, we hit a dog right around the corner right here. And now I'm fucking with you guys.
Oh my God!
What if that would have happened to me? What would you have said about me, man?
Yo, my man.
Oh my God!
Because you really hit dogs and cats and squirrels. You really do it.
Yo, everybody just stood quiet. Not like nobody knew.
Out of here.
Oh, man. He's going to have to read an obituary for a dog right now. Or a eulogy, sorry.
Nah, man. Shout out to everybody, man, that follows me. Shout out to everybody that knows what's up. That's it. Nothing crazy. Thank you, guys, man. I appreciate it. Don't kill dogs. Man.
Don't kill dogs. Please.
Perritos.
No doubt. Shout out everybody hanging out with us on the chat. Shout out Dr. Greenthumb Squad, Concrete for coming through, you know. Follow me on the IG, Psycholess Official, and go to the website, thepsycholessshop.com. And it's Tuesday. Real Psycho about to set it off. Let's go.
Bolt.
Shout the Insane Asylum. Thank you guys so much. Shout to Ray Morning Shot Films. Shout to The Dominator. And tonight at 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, we got B Movie Night hosted by Eric Bobo. It's going to be a good one tonight.
All right.
What's going on, Trace?
Big shout out to all the guys around the table, all you guys up there in the control booth, everybody out in the front office, out in the front studio. Thank you very much. The listeners, the viewers today, thank you very much. Concrete, cool to meet you, man. I had seen you for so long running around with Bash and stuff because I'm from the Bay, so I go a long way back with Bash.
Oh, yeah.
So I've known you for a while, so it's cool to finally be able to hang out with you and smoke a doob and sit around the table and powwow.
Shoot the shit, man.
Send dog, the squirrel killer.
Squirrel killer.
Shouts out to everybody in my hometown, Southgate, California, and the Homeboy Concrete. Fucking awesome to meet you, brother.
Appreciate you, brother. Gracias.
Continue to grow and build and get bigger and bigger, dog.
Let's get it. Let's get it.
If it's one thing you heard today that you should have taken note of and repeat to yourself all the time, have a vision and work towards it. Swallow that.